See if it works.
It's there. I see upcoming live streams.
What the hell? I scheduled the other one a week ago.
I don't know, man.
Star Wars episode, Phil.
Yeah, the problem is all the descriptions and everything I had is gone.
Look,
Copy
there's all the
paste.
faces.
No.
We all have faces.
There's no Phil, no Sith. So are we actually live?
You're still chilling in the other one.
Sith said he wasn't coming. He was going to stay in the other one.
Sith was enjoying the womb-like quality of being in a stream.
He's chilling in the room alone.
You can't kill him
we're
if he's
totally
off camera.
live right now, too, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
I
all.
don't really-
Watch what you say, Sparks.
that's what. But is it actually showing up? Is what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
all.
yeah.
I have it. I
Yes,
have
sir.
it here.
Huh.
Yep.
We are-
Yeah, I scheduled that video a week ago.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're live. I don't think anybody's here though, because we're like 20 minutes past the start time.
You
Noah's
got the big
creating a
heads up on
vortex.
screen.
Let me see.
Shouldn't be like that. There.
That's better. I don't want to see your ugly mugs up close in my face like that.
Welcome,
see.
YouTube.
There's 4 people watching, but it's probably all of us. Or
I'm one of them. Yeah.
That is working then.
And Phil's cat is too.
Yeah. He's got his own laptop.
Doyle must be watching too.
we'll wait a little bit before we get started. But yeah, we're like 20 minutes over. There's probably a lot of people like, oh, I guess they didn't do golden tonight.
They're sleeping. I know Johnny was going to join and watch.
That intro should take at least 5 minutes off.
Let me send that to him. Send him a direct link.
Who?
Johnny Rosado.
Oh,
He was gonna watch, but
Carol,
There we go.
Caroline says that. Yeah.
yeah, I sent her the link too, just in case technical difficulties.
Okay.
Everyone is still on 3 Men in a Basement.
So
yeah,
hey, T-Rav, what's up?
yeah. T. Ravis, we were having some
What's up, bro?
technical
Hey,
difficulties,
Johnny.
anyways.
Yeah,
so-
we like the stream I created a week ago was not showing up even when we went live. So Lady Sith Lordly, Caroline, T-Rav, Johnny.
Comics Talk Weekly's
Hey,
here.
look, Phil's
Yeah.
here.
How the hell did he get there? I thought he was
He's
in the
in
game.
two
already.
places at once.
No, Johnny Phage is in the game.
He's a
I'm
clone.
dynamic.
I don't know this Comic Talk Weekly.
He's a ruffian.
He
We'll
makes
give a
it
couple
all.
more minutes though.
Ne'er do wells.
Anybody got their piece to say? Here's Chinmo. What's up, man?
Chinmo.
Were you winning over on 3 Men?
Yeah, Lady Sis just won a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
he was just
over there.
winning on 3 men, I think.
I saw his name come up.
So
I don't have volume on it, but I just saw his name in the chat a little bit ago saying congrats.
Hey, if any of you have YouTube open on another window watching this, I just noticed a new chat feature that would be helpful for calling out members of the chat.
what is that?
When I click on the little button and select pop out chat, pause, then inside the I can't believe I'm going to do that again. Then inside the popped out window, I'm hearing somebody with their speakers on right now. There is a second selection called participants.
Oh,
Oh yeah. You can do that without popping it out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Pause.
I must be a
Pause.
noob.
oh, I've never seen that before.
No
Just-
pause.
Because it's always, in my opinion, that's always such a challenge during a live stream is calling out people who quickly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just gives a
And
whole list of it.
I
All right,
think
there's 10
that
people
does some
watching us now.
recently active people.
And they can't be all us, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. But first, does anybody have anything they'd like to say about what they've been up to, what they're gonna be up to?
Maybe at the end.
No, I mean we're gonna do that at the end, but I'm still
Oh.
waiting for people to come in.
Oh,
Well, Sparks
My
can
show,
show
man,
books.
not spine ticks.
I can show cards. But we lost them.
Bob's out.
Man.
Sparks, when does your FOC begin on Sunday?
Oh, did he really fall out? Like he
2
actually
p.m.
like fell out. Like
You said-
FOC 2 p.m.
what the hell?
Oh wait, did you say Saturday?
No, I said Sunday.
No,
2 p.m.
okay.
Sunday.
I'm just hearing things. I was like, wait, what day is it right now? 2 p.m. Sunday. you still doing 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, we got 12 people watching.
Power Pack on Power Pack channel or Joey's channel?
I'm not sure actually. We haven't decided yet.
Didn't that happen last week?
Those meddling teens.
All right, guys.
Where went to grab his Mike Trout cards.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are ready,
Gonna
we're
be
going to go
grabbing
ahead and roll
these.
on this. We got a different view for Nola tonight we've never had. So
Every time it's a new angle.
That's right.
Trying something different out every time, you know?
Keep
yeah,
it
remember
going.
when you tried that and everybody thought you were like in a weird little closet?
Pause.
That's-
Oh yeah. Wait,
So-
my side view, right? Nobody's actually noticed that I've changed my view.
I noticed, but you changed it like 3-4 times.
Yep.
No, this is permanent now.
Is it?
Yeah. So I changed the angle my desk's at in my room.
Looks like you're at work now.
I mean, I got
Okay.
all the Simpsons killing the children behind me.
So
Mhm.
we're gonna start here. We went off last time. You guys liberated Caroline from her solitude on that planet that she grew up on. She's hanging back on the Camino colony right now, and you guys got a big goal here. You agreed a long time ago to help Phil get those music rights and his royalties that have been building up all this time that he's been in captivity. And so today's the big day for that. He finally gets his day in the sun to go try to get those royalties. But the problem is that the record label is on Coruscant, and Captain Blackpool and Shadow are a bit nervous about it. They're going to do it, but they're a bit nervous about it.
I don't get nervous.
Phil, do you want to try maybe singing them a song to ease their nerves about going to Coruscant at a time like this?
How about, I totally forgot to ask for requests, but how about Christopher Cross's Sailing?
That's a soothing song.
Yes.
Sailing,
I need to roll, don't I?
Yeah.
With a +5. I think it's really rather wonderful that Nola knows most of the songs I pick.
I know.
I know most of them.
Yeah. So that was I'm at +5, right? Making that an 11.
Yeah. Okay. So that one, it's a positive outcome, but I mean, they're not super enthused about this, but they're okay with it. They'll get by. So you guys are on the Black Pearl, and you guys are coming out of hyperspace into the Coruscant system, and up ahead, of course, you see an insane amount of air traffic. All right, you're seeing civilian ships, you're seeing freighter ships, you're seeing Imperial Star Destroyers. There's probably 24 Imperial Star Destroyers on your scopes. And as you're progressing toward the planet, toward where the record label is at, you get a message from one of the Star Destroyers asking, state your business for visiting Coruscant. So Blackpool, you want to answer that?
Who's on the Black Pearl with me? All of us?
Everyone except for Wesley.
I see. And we're here. You said the what is it? The record company?
Yeah, to get his rights back and his royalties.
I think maybe he should speak on that, right? I mean, he's got more. Like I'm speaking on his behalf.
I want you guys both to roll on this,
Okay.
and you get your charisma bonus, Johnny.
Nine. The Googles are not with me tonight.
7.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So they're questioning. They're saying, "Oh, this seems like a relatively new operating number for such an old ship. Do you have any explanation for that?" Blackpool.
I'm thinking. Yeah, man. It's like
What was the question again?
is he didn't like our roll failed, and so he said, you know what,
Yeah.
this is a relatively new number for such an old ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately, we have legitimate business here, don't we? I mean,
So Blackpool needs to give a good answer to that, and then I've got a question for Johnny Phage.
okay.
Yeah, we recently acquired this ship from a used dealer. Was piloting other ships.
Okay, all right. So I'm guessing that the operating number on that one was functioning under unlawful purposes, and they wanted to change the number for you.
It could be. You should see my other ship. It's really a fast ship.
And who's the singer again that you're trying to take to his?
Johnny Phage. Have you not heard of him?
Maybe Johnny could hum a tune, and we might recognize him here on the bridge.
I would like to sing my wonderful rendition of "In the Air Tonight."
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Maybe not
Okay.
for long though.
Well, give me a roll on that then.
All right, this is really putting my money where my mouth is. 16.
All right. So there's a long pause. They're letting you play the song. The drum solo kicks in, all that stuff. And finally, they're like, "Oh yeah, we remember that guy. All right, well, just remember the rules of Coruscant. There's a current blaster ban right now, so any blasters on board the ship, make sure not to take off."
Okay.
Except that hidden one.
I told you tonight was going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, as the Black Pearl descends down and it lands in a spaceport that's not too far away from the record label. By the way, the record label is called Empire Records.
We're getting hit with the copyright.
Well, it's not our channel, at least.
Yeah. So you guys land there, and of course the rules of Coruscant. As soon as you get off this thing, you're going to be going through one of them detection things, and they're going to spot you right away if you have any weapons. So anybody who's not comfortable with going off the ship should stay on board. But everybody who is wanting to help Johnny out, who is willing to leave their blaster behind, is welcome to go.
I'm going to stay with my ship. We know what happened last time I left the ship. Johnny, I like you, bro, but this is my ship.
I get it totally.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
a little
why I stayed on there
concerned
last
they're
time.
going to.
You're a
recognize
chaotic
me.
neutral, man. You value
I'll
personal
go.
freedom above everything else.
So who do we have
What's-
volunteering going? Shadow?
Are they going to be able to recognize me in my civilian
They
garb?
will not.
Can I hide a bunch of explosives on me
No.
under my trench coat?
No.
Eesh.
You're going to walk through this thing that has like an electronic scanning thing that will determine if you have anything dangerous. Yeah, Coruscant sucked under the Empire.
Okay, but I shouldn't be concerned that they will immediately recognize me.
No, you won't be concerned about that. Doesn't mean that something couldn't happen that could out you, but as your current attire, you won't be.
Can I
I'll go with the boys.
sidebar?
Okay. So Sparks and Enola, you're going to go also with Phil?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Captain Blackpool, of course, you have comm link to them at all times, right? So you're looking out, out of the cockpit of the ship, and you're seeing other ships sitting around in this little bay. It's one of those bays like you lower down into, and there's a bunch of other ships and stuff. And you're seeing Imperial guards walk around, stormtroopers. You're seeing other civilians, people with their luggage, all that. And
Real quick, Danny. The mind control device that Phil gave me last time,
Mhm.
the shock collar, can I sneak that?
you can take that. Nobody's going to think twice about it.
Okay, I'll keep that on me
Okay, good
for
idea.
old time's sake.
For old times' sake.
So yeah, so Blackpool, from your view, you're just seeing all that going on. It's like any other spaceport you've seen. It's just a little more bustling because it's Coruscant. And up ahead, you're seeing your crew just walk off the ship. They're heading toward, if you want to picture, kind of like in the Han Solo movie, where they had to go through the barricades, and the Imperial officers were checking people through.
Right.
That's kind of what's going on up here. And they don't bother asking you any questions because you've already got landing clearance and all that, but they're just making sure nobody's coming in with weapons. So one at a time. Who's going through first through the gates?
I'll go first.
You'll go first?
Yep.
All right. And you go through, and there's a scan, and no weapons are found on you. So the other door opens and you go right through. Sweet. Next.
I'll follow my number one fan.
Follow
Okay.
him anyone.
You go through, door shuts behind you, scan for weapons, no weapons, door opens up, goes on through. Next.
After you, sir.
I'll do it.
Yep. Okay. So you go in, the door shuts behind you, scan, no weapons, other door opens, and you go on through.
Oh, thank God they didn't notice that one. I'm kidding.
Don't forget me, boys.
All right. Lewis goes through, and I want Lewis to do a roll.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
That's a
Excellent.
good one.
He passes through without any knowledge of being any different than any other civilian. All right. So you guys are through. The Black Pearl is now out
I
of
went
sight,
last.
but you guys do have radio contact at all times if you need. And you're heading down a very, very long corridor. It's got people going on the little conveyor things and all that. But you guys are opting to walk because you're kind of planning the strategy and how you're going to pull this off. And Phil, you're thinking back to before you got the head thing put on, and you know that that the record label here, he's a shrewd businessman. You worked with him plenty of times before, but you don't quite remember if he was aware of your manager sticking the thing on you or not. You're trying to think back on that. You're not quite sure. In fact, you want to give me a roll on that? Just a general roll, no bonuses. Okay, so you actually do have a pretty clear picture. You know that he is aware of it, but you don't know if he had a part in it. Okay.
Then I would like to request that I have that device back and put it on me, but not, activate it or anything. I would like for him to maybe wonder if I'm still under its effects.
That's very interesting. Lewis, are you okay with that?
I defer to your best plan there, Johnny.
And-
Will you be keeping the activator, or do you want me to hold that?
You know what? Why don't you hold that and keep that secret?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Are we pretending that I am your current custodian at
No,
this
I
point?
don't. No, I don't want anybody to know that exists or where.
Neither
guess.
do I.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys will reach the office building where the record label is, and you come into the entryway, and there's a door up ahead for reception. So you proceed right into the reception, or do you guys need to converse about anything first?
I'm curious as a sidebar. I have a lightsaber crystal in my possession.
You do.
Is that anything that would benefit my party if it was in someone else's possession, in the party? Could someone else take better advantage of that than me?
Not currently, but possibly at another time.
Okay.
When Wes joins the party. Oh.
That's all.
So, anybody else have anything to say, or are you guys going to head into the reception area?
Does Johnny know the layout of the facility?
Johnny has been here before, but he doesn't know the place well.
Is there any way we can get some kind of blueprint of escape paths, or
Do some technological stuff to find the blueprints. Or
There
something?
is there is a way to do that, but not from where you're standing.
And you know what? Before we go in, I'll just review with the party. The guy that you guys saved me from had me under his control. And now he's dead. He was my manager. I don't know how familiar I was with his business dealings. I don't know how much I know about what I'm about to walk in and ask for. Do you know what I mean?
You're just going to be asking. You're going to be asking for the full rights and royalties that you've been missing out on all this time.
Okay. All right. Do I have any idea what those amounts are to know if I'm getting ripped off?
You don't know, but you can imagine.
Okay.
Like Han Solo said, I can imagine quite a bit.
All right.
would you like to create a cover story for your 3 goons that are coming in with you, or are we just 3 goons?
We're groupies, man.
A series of lawyers.
Well, how about you're just my team? And it'll be nice and vague. But I wouldn't mind dropping that you've got some of the experience you do, Mr. Rabid.
Okay. We should be upfront with that, or maybe if we keep that quiet, we'll have an edge on them.
Well, veiled little
Should it be-
hints that you might be associated with the group you used to be, without actually, coming right out and saying so. I don't
On
know.
Coruscant, you think that's wise?
Well, that's a good point.
I think we pull the old let Johnny do the talking and stand there and be tough.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Look tough and have some cool dance moves ready to go.
So how are we going to find where we need to go then?
Okay, let's walk. Let's enter the building.
Okay, so like I said, you actually are inside because you came down this corridor and it's inside an office building. But then there's a set of doors. There's like almost like a waiting area, but not waiting, not like the lobby of the. It's like a corridor where there's a lot of offices. And so up ahead is the reception area, and you go in through those doors, and the receptionist says, "Can I help you?" She does not recognize you, Johnny Phage.
Okay. Well,
And by the way, the producer.
Unforgivable.
The producer his name is Zardazin.
oh, okay. Hi, I represent Johnny Faze. I'm here to see Zardazin. He's probably not expecting me, but I'm in the area.
Okay. So Mr. Zardazin's not expecting you, but you came by to see. He's kind of busy today. There's going to be a board meeting in about an hour.
Great.
But I'm going to see if he can come down real quick.
Thank you.
15. So yes. So you guys wait a few minutes, and the elevator on the opposite side of where the reception desk is opens up, and out comes Zardazin, which if you can imagine this guy, he's got like this really like flowing, like ornate suit. It would be like the equivalent of like a business suit in that world, but almost for like a club guy or whatever. And he's got, flick to the side, silvery hair. And he looks like somebody who works in the record business. And he is flanked by 2 bodyguards. And the bodyguards for the record label are actually all female supermodels. They look like Judy Jetson, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they are carrying melee weapons because there's no band. They're carrying vibroblades.
Are they identical or they're just similar?
Similar.
Okay.
And then to their rear is a teal-colored protocol droid. And Zardazin comes out and he says, "Johnny Phage, where have you been? I haven't seen you in years. And where's your manager?"
Well, actually, I'm here on his behalf. And it's good to see you again as well.
All right. He says, "Here on his behalf, but shouldn't he be with you at all times? Has anything changed from our last encounter?"
He's tied up. He sent me here on this special mission.
You see him kind of frantically eyeballing around, and he's looking at the guards and stuff, and he's thinking, "Tell you what, Johnny, I got an important meeting in a little bit, but if you just wait here."
I'll interrupt him. That's okay. This won't take long.
He says, just give me a couple minutes, all right? And I'll be right back. And he goes into the elevator.
Can I interrupt him real quick and zap Johnny Phage?
Zap him? No. He goes off, but then the droid speaks up. Wesley?
Yeah.
He changes his name.
B692 beats.
Yeah.
Rock lobster.
Oh, Johnny, it's been years. I haven't seen you. How are you?
Not being distracted by you. Where's the guy behind you going?
I don't know, but what are you here for?
I'm here on a special mission from my manager.
Well, I might be able to help you with that. What
All
are you?
right.
What do you need to do?
I'm just here to pick up the funds that he and your boss agreed upon.
Well, follow me this way, and I can help you with that.
Can I how do I feel about this guy? Can I perception roll or something?
I'll let you do a general insight check. Just roll a 20, and then.
All right.
Okay, so
Shoot
you
him.
do remember this droid, but you know that it's Zardasan's droid. You know that he doesn't particularly treat droids well, but you don't know if he's a friendly or a foe.
All right. Well, I automatically don't trust you because of who your owner is. But
So one of the bodyguards starts tapping into her earpiece, and she says, "Okay, right." And then they walks over with the other guard, and she says, "Mr. Zardasan said he's not feeling too well, and you'll have to come back another day."
that's not acceptable.
She says, "Well, it is acceptable." They both fire up their vibroblades, and they prod you guys out of the office, out of the reception area. The droid follows you.
Do we feel inclined to let them do that?
You don't have any way to defend yourself. You can get cut down by a vibroblade.
Oh, that's right.
That's
We're
prerogative.
Do we have cell phones? Can we take photos?
We're gonna tweet this.
Beats, what do you got to say as you're getting shuffled along with them? Beats?
Yeah, I just froze up for a second.
Okay, it's all good.
So, are the guards still with us?
They prodded you out the doors, but they're watching. They're making sure you don't come back too quickly.
So,
What is that?
are they out of earshot then?
There's some minor scuffling going on. So it just depends.
Okay.
What are you going to say? What are you going to do?
So I kind of talk quietly to the group. So Johnny, I was there when you were put under control by your manager. I remember what it was like, and they don't treat droids well here. So I want to help you with whatever you're trying to do.
Can you distract those folks with the blades?
I'm going to need your help, but we should
Or do
be
you
able to
know
do it.
another way in? Or is there another way in?
If we can find a terminal, I can find another way in if that is needed.
Well, let's do that. I'd rather not cause a scene. I still want to get to that guy.
With all limbs attached.
Yeah. Or unless we can just directly wire into the guy's accounts and get me the money I came here to get.
And game done.
This could be a white collar crime.
If you succeed in this, it will definitely be a white collar crime.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so they're not actually outside of the reception office, so they can't see you. So there is that terminal, and Wesley, you know where the terminal is. So you go in and you boot your jack into it, and I'm going to do a share screen here. And this is what Wesley is able to pull up for you. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Well, hold on. Not coming up like it was. We practiced this. There it is. Can you guys see this?
No.
Nope.
Oh, here we go.
there it
There
is.
we go.
Yep. So there you go. Your first example of a map. So can you see the arrow moving? Yep. This is the terminal that Wesley just jacked into. These are the guards that would normally be outside, but they went inside and they're looking out the window to make sure you guys don't try to come back in.
I see some vents.
I
This
am
is
a
the
big fan
reception
of that.
desk. This is the elevator.
I do see Vince. Is there any way he can help us identify where the CEO might be?
I like vents.
Wesley knows all the knowledge you were hoping Phil knew.
Sweet.
Is he inclined to share that with us, or are we still
That's
questioning
okay.
his loyalty?
He's still playing his own character.
Yeah, we're separated, right? Because like they're still in the reception room.
No. They shuffled you out, and that's when you said, if I can get to the terminal.
Right.
But they're not out there with you.
So we're all outside by the terminal,
Yeah.
and the guards are inside by the elevator.
Yeah.
We're like looking out the window, making sure we don't come back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They're looking. I mean, they can't see you from there, but this is a reception area, so there's windows.
There
we
will be
gotta
like
cause a distraction.
Is there a way to do like
I don't know where
technology
he probably
perception
just
check?
went up to his office. So if we can somehow distract the guards, then we might be able to figure something out.
First of all, are you still under anyone's control, or have you been? You're independent.
Yes, I work on my own accord. I don't like the people here. They don't treat us droids well. So I want to help you and maybe possibly escape with you
All right.
after.
Can
Well,
I
then
do like a technology perception check to make sure that's true?
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Boop, 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 boop.
Do I get like +4
You get your
technology?
tech bonus on that too.
Oh well, good thing because so +4, so 10.
10? Okay. Doing a general check, you can see that there's no restraining bolt on Beats.
Okay.
A little
Then
more comforting.
I'm compelled then to confess that this is just for show, and that I've severed my connection a while ago.
What's that?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because I haven't told him that.
Oh, okay.
I'm confessing that this is for
Oh,
show.
I see. I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying Beats is doing it for show. What?
This whole thing's for show.
I'm a big fan of like Half-Life and Deus Ex, so I really like crawling around in vents.
Okay.
So, Beats, do you think that that might be a good move to get up to where he's at and bypass those turds in the lobby?
Yeah, if any of you can fit in there, it would help. It would work. Yeah.
The only one that can fit is Sith. I mean,
No.
Black Hole.
So here's the deal. All of you
Why am I a midget?
all
I
of
don't
you-
know.
all of you can fit, but it's one at a time, right? And Wesley could not go, but Wesley works here, right? So he could obviously go to the next floor and then meet you at the next terminal.
Do we know how many floors we'd have to get through?
That's a question for Wesley. He has all the data.
Well,
Is Wesley willing to answer my questions, or will he only talk
Can
to
we see
Johnny?
more of the map while we're at this terminal to see where we gotta go?
Yes.
yes. There's maps for multiple floors. Right now we're on level 1F. The office is on 3F, which that's probably where the paperwork is being held for your copyrights. So if we could get there, we might be able to do something.
Could you get there?
I would have to use the elevator, but you guys could go through the vents unless we have to distract the droids or something.
Well, could we wait?
Or
Could
distract
we
the
just
guard.
wait here and you just go do it?
As an aside, how physically intimidating is Mr. Beats here?
He's a protocol droid. He's not.
Like 3PO.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm
All right.
wondering if they're used to seeing you there, and if those are areas you already have access to, then maybe you could do that without raising an eyebrow while we just stay down here and not raise an eyebrow. We would be willing to handsomely compensate you and maybe even help you come with us, right? I don't know what your situation is.
Phil, do you remember the thing that I sent you yesterday?
Ooh,
Because I think you're missing a key component of what you have to do here.
I bet I am.
Yeah, you're missing something big because it's not something Beats can do.
Okay.
Come on, Phil.
Sorry.
I was about to say, as it stands now, it sounds like we got to find a way to distract the guards.
Or
So-
we climb through the vents and Beats just gets on the elevator.
Yeah,
and
Beats
he's
can
up
just go
there.
straight up. But so Phil, you don't have to sit there and dig through all the notes. We were talking the other day about how you have to somehow get Zardazan and the board members to sign your rights over.
All right. Okay.
And
We
they
gotta
have to
catch
sign
him
it
in that
too.
meeting.
And he basically said, come back when?
He said come back the next day, but obviously the guards were shuffling you out.
Yes. Do I have any reason to believe he would take a meeting with me, or do
No.
I have to sneak in? Or, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, then we sneak in, and I will use Beats' advice. He's familiar with it.
Hey,
With the-
Beats, is there any way you can lead us to some sort of armory stash or somebody's locker that might have a vibroblade in it?
Not that I know of. No.
Beats, give me a roll for that.
Ooh, 4.
Okay. No, you don't know then. But Lewis, you're onto something.
Lewis, do you happen to have snuck anything in?
I have the activator for Johnny's Zap collar,
Wonder,
but I believe I was not allowed to sneak anything else.
So keep in
I
mind,
don't know if maybe you somehow did still, you know? You're a
Keep in
stormtrooper,
mind-
you're resourceful.
Can I roll for that?
not everyone has to complete this mission. Only Phil. There's nothing wrong with somebody doing something with the guards, creating a scene, trying to charge the elevator door. Throw some ideas out there.
So
You gotta
I'm wondering,
figure out
so
how
what
to
if we
attack
take
the board members?
we take the you know, just for show thing off of Phil, right? We
Okay.
try to get that on one of those guards.
I like that idea.
And then we control one of the guards to fight the other guard.
Who else is around here other than the guards? Are we in like a crowded room?
Looks like
What's-
nobody.
A receptionist. You said.
Receptionist is sitting at this desk. These two guards are standing in here looking out the window to make sure you guys leave soon.
What if we put it on the receptionist?
Can I
You can get it
can I
on it?
apply for a job?
Do you want to try that?
If I discuss it with my crew here real quick, try to make some kind of a distraction at the front desk.
I would say that's an interesting idea.
What do you guys think?
Because it sure would be nice if we could just do this without really raising an eyebrow.
I mean,
we really only need to get upstairs. If we've got to cause a ruckus on the way out, that's another thing.
I've really wanted to zap collar someone for the last 3 games, so
So
but,
Phil,
I think we
Phil
should be
go into
careful
the
who we
vents.
use it on.
Phil go into the vents. Someone maybe go with Phil, either me or Nola, and Shadow and the other person raise hell downstairs with the shot collar.
Well,
It's
if we raise a bunch
distraction
of hell
would be good.
downstairs, they're just going to call more security on us.
So Wesley, do you remember the other thing you can do at the terminal? You're able to do something else.
Right.
Can you eliminate security calls?
It's quite the discussion we're having right
I
here
can
in
also
the hallway.
jam the cameras if we need to, so we can sneak around easier.
And you can shut off communications between the guards.
Yeah. I
But here's the
can
thing,
also
the
shut
moment-
down comm links.
The moment he does that is going to trigger an in-game 15-minute timer. It won't be 15 minutes of real time. It'll be in-game 15 minutes.
Do we know
There's a
that?
way to activate like a fire suppression system, like sprinklers or something to
Evacuate the building.
evacuate at least the 1F.
It's possible to do something like that, but keep in mind, I'll let you try it.
Can Johnny try to?
Whether you're going to be able to wrangle up these board members. Or
All right. So this
Yeah,
So for the sake of expediency, I'm going to go in the lobby and I'm going to make a huge distraction while everybody else sneaks to the vents. How's that sound?
Yeah, and Beats is going to go in with you, or Beats going to. What are you going to
Yeah,
do?
I'm going to follow Beats in, and as Beats makes his way to the elevator, I'm just going to start like flipping over furniture and doing whatever I can to be a general nuisance.
What if
I like
what
this
if we
plan.
keep what if we keep Beats at the terminal? Like, aren't we going to potentially need him to access for
Well,
us?
that's what I said. If Beats goes and behaves like normal, if he does his job, he can meet you at a terminal on every floor.
Right.
Okay.
There are other terminals I can access.
Can he show us the rest of the floors while we're
You're
here?
at the terminal. As long as you're at a terminal, you can see what he can show you. So, what floor do you want to see?
Let's see what happens when we get to the second floor, because we got to go through that to get to the third floor, right?
Yeah, our path in between here and there.
So, this vent here is the outcome of the vent below.
Okay.
This is the elevator
Mhm.
upstairs.
There's
This
two
is
guards.
2 other guards. This is a terminal. This is Studio A with 2 people in the sound, or 2 people at the switchboard, and then there's a band recording. Studio B is empty, but there's glass, so whoever's out here can see in, whoever's in there can see out.
So we would have to sneak from right to left if we wanted to take the vent to the.
So they would
third floor.
see us.
But you
Do we
can
know-
see on here that if you took the elevator straight up, you'd immediately run into 2 guards.
Yes.
Do we know what band is playing?
Running it. This is why I said only Phil has to make it. So running into a guard is not going to get you guys all immediately killed unless you do something crazy like all try to attack them at once or something like that. But if a person gets caught, they're literally just getting escorted off premises.
So let me ask a question.
Okay.
Does I guess I'll ask this of Beats. Would the receptionist raise an eyebrow if she escorted me to the boardroom?
I don't think so. She usually brings people upstairs. It's worth a try.
Because I'm just wondering, maybe we should control her and make her take me to where we want to go.
But is there any way you can win her affection without us having to mind control her? Tell her your story.
You got some good charisma.
Shadow, you had an interesting option too about applying for a job. So
Yeah,
that's something. Don't rule that out.
Okay.
You know,
By the way, just so Blackpool isn't sitting the entire game not playing, what is his awareness of what's going on?
Well, it is kind of nice. I haven't been on a stream this long without talking, so it's a nice break. Given all the
you want to play though.
Oh, you know, I'm like Josh Grav, you know, during East Meets West, he bags and boards while other people talk. Well, I mean, presumably, can I hear them over the comm link what they're talking about?
Can everybody do a roll right now except for Wesley? Well, Wesley and Blackpool. Everyone else do a roll. Let me know what you got because I can't see it.
Oh, geez.
13.
15.
5.
Okay, so wait, Jeremy, you got a 5?
I got a 5.
Okay, so I'm going to consider that a tech fail, and you didn't realize it, but you got your comm link on the whole time, so he's just sitting in the cockpit just listening away. So yeah,
So the 5 worked. Everything. For once, the low roll was in my favor.
They can.
As the combat guy on the team, I don't think we should try to take on all these guards who are armed, as we are not.
You're aware of 4 so far. Do you want to look at the other floor?
I was going to say,
Yes,
can we look at the
please.
third floor too?
Okay, so obviously elevator would go up. This vent goes up and would take you to floor number 3, which the vent would come out right here. I misspelled that. It's Zardazan. Zardazan's office, in which he is currently in. The 4 board members are getting ready for their meeting, and there are 2 guards in the security office. And the archives contain the licensing for all music at Empire Records.
Okay, so new plan. Johnny has to make it to the office with the controlling device.
I agree.
Johnny places that on Zardazan. He's on board with signing everything, brings him into the boardroom with the papers and gets it signed.
Hire that guy.
That's a really good plan. You know what's ironic about that? I never even considered that designing this dungeon crawl. I'm serious. I did not. There's another thing that I think Phil knows that I'm thinking is a possibility that Phil knows about that nobody else does. But that's interesting. So
let's go down to the second floor.
okay.
And
Remember,
yeah,
you can only look at these while you're at a terminal.
right now using Spark's plan, those 2 guards on the second floor, they're really the only thing between us and the vent that takes us directly to the office.
So one of us has to go into Studio B and start playing some music.
To distract the guards.
I'll go do that.
Or
in worst case scenarios, you'll get kicked out. Maybe, right?
or
I mean,
You're
I'm not
an
a
insane
combative
groupie.
kind of guy, so
Yeah, as long as you don't fight the guards, they won't fight you.
See, you can distract them. We sneak past to that other vent.
there's
right. So you hang out in the vent. I go into Studio B. I start playing music. They
But-
come
but
in
again-
to come get me. You run across to the other vent. There are people in Studio A that can see you, but like they're making music. They're not gonna be
Yeah,
looking at you.
and by the time they get any, and the guards will be distracted. So who are they going to call?
And Shadow can be applying for a job downstairs.
Well, I was wondering if. Well, that's.
Well, if we get the receptionist to just walk any of us upstairs, we won't have to do too much crawling and avoiding of guards.
Well, that's true too. What I was.
We really just have to get close enough to Zardazan for you to shock collar him.
Because I was thinking if I could take one person with me through the vents to Zardazan's office, that person can distract Zardazan, or I can distract him while the other person puts.
Can Phil, can you try to convince the receptionist that you're dying and you just want to release your last tape to Zardazan?
Well, how are we going to get back in to even talk to the receptionist?
Well, right now we're in the lobby, or we're in the terminal outside the lobby, right?
Right,
Well,
but the guards are blocking our
Oh,
return.
that's right. We can't. Yeah,
So
that's
what if we do this?
He's got a ton of charisma though. He can maybe talk us back in.
Let's Phil
Here,
floor with
Noah.
the guards.
Noah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it seems like the easiest way to do this would be to make a big distraction on the first floor, have Beats go up to the second floor, grab those guards, tell them there's this big ruckus going on downstairs. They need to come downstairs and help solve whatever's going on, and then whoever's left among us can just go through and sneak through to the vent and moving on up.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like a good plan.
So who's going to do the
The guards
distraction?
would really be distracted.
Oh,
Who has the most health in case something bad happens?
I'll do the distraction. I got no problem with that.
okay. Who wants to come with me through the vents?
If I help
I'll go
restrain Nola, can I get him out of there safely while also giving credibility to my application as a guard?
Actually, that's perfect. Shadow,
It
go
is.
and say you want to apply to be a guard there.
Because
And
if
then
I can
Nola
get up
comes
to a room with
busting
some
in.
weapons in it, we can start partying, you know?
It's like we get our rights and you get a job.
I just need to
Not
get a hold of some of Zardazan's hairspray and I can cook up something. I got like +4 on anything that blows up.
This is great, man. You guys are coming up
Open
with
flame
stuff
and
I've never
hairspray. Let's do it.
Actually, let me check.
Well,
I got +4 sabotage.
Danny, is getting this thing on Zardazan's head something I think I could do by myself?
You and Zardazan are about the same body type. Neither one of you is going to be stronger than the other, so it would come down to rolls.
Okay, because I feel better
You
having
have the
one other
arm
person
thing.
with
You
me.
have the robo arm, so that would give you a
Oh.
side advantage.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
And you need to jump him.
Yeah,
So he
and
doesn't
I'll be
call for help or
coming in
anything.
through a vent too, which is in a way I'm coming from hiding. Maybe I don't know. Okay.
Well,
So-
is it okay? So you are going to try to sneak up on him? Can you try to get like a hug from him?
Well, I can.
Like
go
after all
in.
we've been through, Zardazan, and then
buddy.
just whack him.
Got a new song for you.
If we can get rid of these guards on the second floor, I can go with you,
Listen
Right.
to your heart.
See,
and I can pop out first and distract him. and then
that
you
would
sneak up
distract him.
behind.
I was going to say we could go to take the vent to the second floor. Wait. I'm guessing that the guards will take the elevator down, so we could wait
Yeah.
to hear the elevator doors open. That's our cue to go across to the other vent.
Also,
To the third
Beats is
floor.
going to pop out and let us know the coast is clear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Sounds
Right,
good to
let's
me.
do that.
Once the
Oh,
guards are down, Beats can go up to the third floor, and Johnny can meet Beats up there too.
Another good point.
Actually, what's in the area outside the studio?
Wait, what's that?
Like outside of the studio building? Can we walk like across the street to 7-Eleven?
No, so it's just a big corridor that if you go back here, this is this is a giant like enclosed alley basically that goes back to the ship.
Oh, okay.
And this is like one big office building, and this is like there's probably other doors here and there, you know.
And there's no other urchins or peddlers of something on the way through that.
Nah, I mean there's random people if you want to try. What are you getting at? What are you trying to do?
I'm always looking for a gun.
So you're wanting to try to get a black market lifted gun?
It's just asking the question. I wouldn't, but
Okay.
I was looking
if you're
to.
interested in trying for it, but I will let you know it's going to come down to rolls, and the negativity on this would be drastic because you're on Coruscant, surrounded by Imperials everywhere.
Fair enough.
So I will let you try it. I'm not a DM that says no to things very often.
No, I like the plan we were cooking up. No, let's go
Okay,
crazy,
that's
and
Yeah.
I'll try to get
The
him out there
worst thing that
unscathed.
could happen here. Okay, let me just tell you, the worst thing that could happen would be you walk away penniless and embarrassed that you got kicked out by a bunch of hot chicks.
We ain't gonna do that to you, Johnny.
We won't tell.
Or if you rush the guards and they might slice your neck.
All right. So this is how this goes down. We send Lewis in. Lewis starts filling out a job application or whatever it is he's going to do. Give him a couple minutes. I'm going to come in after that. I'm going to raise hell, do whatever I can to draw everyone's attention. Beats is going to go up the elevator, get the 2 guards on the 2nd floor to go downstairs if he can. And then everybody else is going to convene on the 3rd floor and get this job done. Does that sound right?
I agree. This plan should work.
Sounds like a plan.
To the vents.
Okay. So the moment that you do this, though, like I said, if he's going to jam security cameras and he's going to jam communications, it'll take about 15 minutes for the guards in the control room upstairs to realize that you're basically pulling some Keanu Reeves speed shit. All right. And and that's whenever you're probably going to get surrounded. And there'll probably be an alerting of the Imperials. So if there's any last things you want to do,
We filling Sith in on this too.
Sips can hear it because of
My tech failure. That the tech guy has the tech failure.
Yeah, I'm ready to take off and
Keep the
jet
pearl
out.
running.
If you guys get captured, I'm out.
Wait, so why are we blocking all of that? Why would we not leave that open and let the guards come downstairs?
Yeah, maybe we should not. Maybe we should turn off the cameras once you get into the office.
You're not actually turning them off. You'd be basically doing, like I said, about the speed thing, where it's like, you guys have seen Speed, right? Where the camera,
friendly mode.
Yeah, you've got the loop going.
Yeah, it would take about 15 minutes before the control room guards realize that's what's going on.
Why would we have to? Why would we have to do that in the hallway? Aren't we trying to get everyone down there?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, also because Beats has to go to the elevator and go to the.
If you go up this way toward these vents and start pulling the vents off without jamming the cameras, they're going to see you trying to get in the vents.
Okay.
Never mind.
And this receptionist is going to see you through the window.
And the least amount of guards is preferable.
Yeah. So just to
I didn't realize
recap,
there was a
you got
window
2
there.
guards downstairs and a receptionist. You have 2 studio people and 2 guards and a band. And then upstairs you have 2 guards in the security office, the board members and Zartazan.
Okay.
So the deal is, once Johnny and whoever gets to the 2nd floor, Johnny's got to put on his most flamboyant rock star routine, acting like he belongs there, like he knows where he's going, everything that he's doing, and just get up to the 3rd floor as quick as possible.
Johnny, do you want the controller for the collar? Or do you think it'll be enough to intimidate him by just hitting him with it?
I want it.
Okay, because if he grabs that from you, you might be in trouble.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. Is someone coming into the office with me? If so, they can distract him while I put it on. You are?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I mean, I'll try to get invited up to the security office, but that might take a while.
I understand. Well, Spark says he's coming up, and I can't see your character name. I'm sorry, but tell you what, I will give him the controller. I will enter the office first, distracting the manager, while then Jeremy comes in behind him. Does that make sense?
After Nola gets escorted out, is there any way he can go do something to help us get out of this if we need?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna head back to the ship, and we'll keep an ear out on the comms, and if we need to try and figure something out, then we'll try and figure something out. But I'm pretty sure once I'm out of the picture here, they're not going to let me back in the building. So
I don't like that 15-minute Imperial ticking clock.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to avoid the 15-minute Imperial ticking clock.
See, my thought is this: when we get that thing on that guy's head,
if we do this right, they won't know we did anything at all.
He's just going to walk into the boardroom with me, say, "We love this guy, Johnny Phage. We're going to give him his library."
Yeah, that's the goal.
And then we can walk out. Now, if that doesn't work, my thought was also that we could, down the hall, isn't that the entire archive of all the rights?
Oh, we're going to rob them?
Well, no, we could hold them. I wasn't going to say we could hold them hostage. You know, my friend's over there, and he's going to destroy everyone's rights. Or you can give me mine, and we'll walk.
I'm just afraid we don't have an escape plan, man.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like other than the Imperials showing up. So if the Imperials show up, Shadow needs to be out of there before that happens.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they show up, that may just be like, get out of here kind of thing.
Well, I would say that in a way, if Shadow or if Nola is the one, I'm sorry, if Shadow is the one responsible for escorting Nola out the door, if things get bad,
Yeah.
now you're both out safely.
Right. That leaves you, me, and the droid.
Yeah, but I'm a rock star.
Does Blackpool have any input on this since he's been listening to all this?
You can pick us up from the roof.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Is there a roof access?
When we're leaving, we still have to get through a checkpoint to get back to the Black Pearl, right?
Oh yeah.
But I wanted to hear Blackpool's input.
I'm not there, so you know, I trust what they're talking about. At the same time, I like these guys, but you know, I don't feel an overwhelming sense to die for them. So you know,
Not
If
even
I-
me.
But think
If
of all
all-
the money you're
well,
going
well,
to get.
you got clones, bro. I'll just make for the home planet. No, I mean, you know, we've been in tighter jams before. I trust they're gonna do what they need to do.
You
And
got
keeping the ship running and keeping it gunning.
So what's our first thing we have to do? Shadow's got to go in and apply for a job, right?
Down the cameras, and we're heading for the vents.
Okay. Guess I'm
Well,
going up to try to talk to the receptionist.
Yeah,
So I think, start talking. I don't think we want to shut the cameras down yet. We don't want that timer going.
no, you
Yeah,
don't want to shut the cameras down until after I get kicked out, or whenever you guys are making your way to. As soon as you guys start for the vents is when you want to kill the cameras.
We don't think we can just get Johnny to charm the receptionist.
They won't let him in for sure.
They're not even letting me in to see her.
Unless he
But
But you,
charms
but you
the
tell her
guard.
your sob story.
Johnny, what if you try to flirt with the guards? Charisma.
You're a rock star, and they're
I have heard the receptionist talking about you, Johnny.
All right, let me give that a shot. I trust your judgment.
if that doesn't work, then I'll apply for.
It's worth a shot.
Right. Flirt with the guards, flirt with the receptionist. What's the harm?
Okay. My only dilemma is, do I want to take this and the controller?
Do you want me to hold on to them in case?
Well, we'll have comlink to you anyway, so if you get it on him, we can start zapping him.
And here's the other thought too: is if I can manage to get in that office, you guys can still continue to sneak up there.
Yeah.
With this and get him, put this on him from behind in the.
We
vent.
can do the rest of the plan while you're
Yeah,
getting up there.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, getting
Okay.
the receptionist out of there might be even better if then.
Because the receptionist's the
I'm
only one
just
that
talking
can see
to
out the
the-
window.
Yeah, if I'm just talking to security guards, we'll be like, "Yeah, man, you guys got benefits."
Yeah, there you go.
Security guards with benefits.
Okay. Then I'm going to take this off, give this and the controller to Sparks because he's going to be meeting me up there in the vents.
Well, no, you got to keep it on you because they still think you're under control,
Oh,
right?
that's right. You have
Give me
control.
the controller.
Yes, you've got the controller.
Yeah.
Is there a range on that thing?
From the device?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it something that we'll be able to hit if we're on different floors?
Yeah, it should still work on different floors here.
Okay.
I'm going to come up with the word code word, I guess. And if you hear that, Sparks, before you've joined up with me, it means that I've put this on his head and throw that
Press the button.
switch. Yeah.
You remember what, Team America? They're like, remember the code.
Okay. So all right then. I'll walk in. I'll try to see the receptionist, and
All right.
I will bring out my most recent promotional CD and an autograph pen.
Is anyone walking into the reception office with you?
Anybody want to come with me? Is Shadow? Is he already applying, or would he be coming in with me to apply?
Now remember, the guards are going to be apprehensive the moment you walk in, so you guys are going to have to talk fast to them and the receptionist.
Okay. Well, we're not as big a group now. Let's
Okay,
just
well,
go with Shadow and I.
Okay, and then if it
I'm-
doesn't work
yeah.
with you, I can just say like, God, I'm sick of dealing with these rock stars.
Okay.
Can I work for you instead?
Okay. And I'm basically gonna approach them with an apologetic attitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sorry we caused a problem before. And
Are we
I'm-
doing this now? This is going to be real time now.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm ready if you guys are.
Is Beats going to hit the security thing?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Just know that
As
if
soon
you
as the distraction is when I'm going to hit it.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say just realize that if you do something really out of bounds and that security camera's on, then they'll see it. Okay, so you walk back up to the door. The girls are like, "Are you ever gonna leave?"
I'd like one more try. I'd like to call a truce. Look, I was just here because I want to talk about the release of a newest song. No one has the recording. I was here to give it to him. I could even give you a special preview disc if you'd like. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Please give me another chance. Also, my friend here has something he may be able to offer you.
Can you give a roll for this?
Well, I'll hold off to see how your roll goes, and if you charm them,
Yuck.
yikes.
Yeah, they're not buying it. They're like, look, Zartazan told you to get out of here. You need to get out of here.
All right, but remember, when you hear this on another label, remember I came here first.
I will seem disparaged and say I'm sick of dealing with that dude. These
I'm
prima
walking away.
donnas, hasn't had a hit in 30 years. I hear he was in a dive bar in some outer colony. You guys got any openings here for a security officer or something?
Can you give Shadow? Can you give 3 separate roles? This is for the 2 guards and for the receptionist.
Just load up 3 dice.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get us back to
14, 15.
Let me get us back to so we can see that, and then we can bring the term. So okay, what is it? 14, 15?
14, 15, and 7.
Okay. The girl that didn't run Johnny off and the receptionist both are swooning over you. And they're like, him work here. So the one girl is kind of like, why are you wasting time? We got to kick this fool out of here. And the other girl's kind of, you kind of made your way in. You're up there at the desk, and the girl behind the desk is chatting it up with you.
So is this when Nola would can Johnny give Nola the code?
Are we ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go for the vent.
All right, so this is our 15-minute timer starting.
Yep, it's a 15-minute in-game timer, so it's not real time, but it's in-game.
Go.
Oh, okay.
So
I guess while that's already
everything.
going on, I'm kind of already headed towards the vent since they're distracted. But I'm not touching the vent.
Sure,
Beats
that's
is
fine.
gonna get that.
That's fine. So
because Johnny has to get away from the other guard too, so Nola's got to distract both of them.
I'd like to start a song.
Okay, go ahead. Play a song.
I would like to do my rendition of KMFDM's. Let's choose "Rip the System."
Rip
All right, give me a roll for it.
Well,
Oh my god. Okay, this is great. Everyone, including Beats, gets a +3 on all rolls while they're in this building.
Oh wow!
ouch!
I love
Oh,
it.
my back.
I think he's having a
That's
seizure.
incredible. That was the best thing that could have rolled a 20 so far today.
All right, so are we moving forward?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going to the
Bonsai.
vent. Oh wait, Beats hasn't done the thing yet.
All right, Beats, you hit it.
Yeah, I hit it.
All right, security camera is rolling a rewinded thing. The comm links between security guards are jammed between floors, and the Lewis is distracting 2 out of 3 people on the bottom floor. The third one is distracted, but she's distracted for a different reason. She's distracted because she thinks that they need to be shooing Johnny Fage along and this guy that came in applying for a job.
All right.
Did
Well,
that beautiful song not just woo her also?
That wasn't for that. So he could have tipped it again, but I'd have to raise the
I know.
difficulty of that.
by the way, Phil, I haven't thought of that song in years, and now that is stuck in my head, my friend.
I like
Okay.
KMFDM, man.
Yeah, me too. All right. So
I really into industrial stuff.
I'm headed to the vent.
A little on-ish. So I'm going to run into the lobby at full speed as fast as I can. I am going to rip my shirt off. I am going to start flipping every piece of furniture I can find, any pins, anything in there, and I am going to go off on the most epic rant about how pop music is destroying the fucking universe. Punk is the only way to be. No, this is pure corporate bullshit. None of this matters, blah, 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 and I'm just going to go until they can stop me.
Give me a roll. +3. This is your berserker age. Excellent. Right. Okay, so you go in, you start doing all the things you just described. Receptionist girl dives underneath the desk, freaking out. The 2 security girls are on you, and they are restraining you, and they're zapping you.
Then I go to the elevator and go upstairs.
Casually.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, no need for you to roll because you work here, you belong. You come to the top floor, you come off, the girls guarding that door think of you no different.
So then I tell those 2 guards that there's something going on downstairs, that somebody's causing a riot or a ruckus, and they should go down there.
Causing a commotion.
All right. Give me a roll for that, actually, because we're going to become
17.
They see nothing out of place. They immediately jump on the elevator and start heading down.
Me and Johnny.
Am I now in full tase? Am I getting tased?
Pretty much.
Yes. Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the worst thing you could take.
So Sparks and Johnny, you just went up the event, right?
We're on to the second floor.
No, you're not yet. Sparks, I need you to give me a roll on that vent.
Oh, Jesus.
Did I open the vent right?
It all falls apart.
+3.
Okay, you're successful. So all that would have done, you still would have got the vent off. It would have just determined how much time it would have taken. So you got it off. You and Johnny make your way upstairs. Let me bring up the map again for you guys, because I'm going to assume that Beats.
Yeah, I go to the terminal again.
Okay. Let's see here. How do I bring this thing back up?
Black man, white man, rip the system.
I think they got a little blue pill for that.
Well, hang on. Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that. Let's see. Okay. Share and come on.
I would like just to do a shout out. Just
can you guys see it?
No.
No.
Not yet, no.
How about now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
There it is.
All right.
I just want to say I think Sith is doing a great job guarding the ship.
Okay,
hey man,
Sith,
I was made for this.
we're going to give you commentary every time they achieve something. You just heard a bunch of chaos after that plan get devised. What's your reaction to it?
I'm I'm eating some snacks, so I'm kind of like listening to the comlink, putting like some space chocolates in my mouth.
Space chocolate.
All
Kind of
right.
like
Do you have anything to say to us?
I'm just it sounds like you got it under control and you're innovative. So probably some some grins at what you're doing and what's happening.
Okay, cool. Okay, so if you watch the hand on the screen, I'll show you what's going on here. Receptionist dove behind this desk. All right. Lewis is standing here. 2 girls mounting on top of Enola over there. Elevator door opens up and 2 more guards come out. And they're but before we get to Sparks and Johnny, which are going up there, I need a reaction from Lewis.
What do you think? Is it better to try to talk the receptionist into getting us out of here to an office or something so we can discuss my paperwork, or should I start kicking Nola while he's down?
You could mount him along with them.
I would kick me while I'm down.
Is that what you're going to do?
Could offer assistance.
I can offer assistance, but I don't know. I feel like
they seem to be handling it. There's 4
they seem to be beating them up.
It's threatening Nola.
Also, no one's watching the elevator right now, right?
No, the receptionist girl is freaking out.
Okay, so can I just walk to the elevator and go up to the 3rd floor?
No, guards would definitely. They would. It doesn't take 4 of them to restrain Nola. They would turn to you.
Okay.
I beg to differ.
I will. I'll offer the guards any assistance on that.
Okay, you say that.
Actually,
One of the guards.
Actually, never mind. I'll go try to comfort the receptionist. Say, don't worry, they're knocking this guy out. Want to go grab a coffee?
Okay, so she leaps into your arms and was like, "Oh, my knight in shining armor."
Is this hypothetical, or did I just want to
No,
over that?
that really just happened.
Whoa. I like this girl. All right, so say
Okay, so we're gonna cut upstairs. We'll get back to you guys in a minute. Okay, so here, if you look up here, these two guards just went downstairs. All right, and Beats walked over here to this terminal like this, and then Johnny Phage and J Spark Citron come out of this vent. They're not within view of this studio, but they're over here.
I would just like to say I don't feel the need to hide. I'm a musician and at home here as far as anybody on this floor right now knows.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Can we do like a check to see if like I don't know, do we want to carry like instruments across the room, like pull them from Studio B or something? And just like be like, yeah, we're musicians.
To blend in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want both of you to give a roll to determine what you find in Studio B.
6.
10. So
Plus
three.
So what was Phil's number?
6.
Okay. Phil, you didn't find anything that you could use, but there's something you could stick in Citron's hand, and then you would already blend.
Pause.
Oh God.
Pause.
Yeah, here have a tuba. That's
Take a
musical
saxophone.
An intimidating
It can
brass
be whatever you want it to be,
instrument.
Sparks. You got a high enough roll, whatever you want.
set of drumsticks.
Okay.
Guitar. Sparks is a keytar kind of guy.
No, I'll go with guitar because that could be weaponized.
Okay, that's a fair idea. All right.
I'm gonna strap that around, on my back.
Okay.
Get one of those Indian musician things that's just a giant scimitar.
Okay.
It occurs to me.
Cowbell.
No, I'm going with the guitar. I'm going to strap that on my back.
All right.
And then me and Phil are going to attempt to walk to the vent, I think.
Quick
Phil's
decision.
strutting his stuff, right? He's a musician. He knows what he's doing.
Quick decision, because we have Beats here with us. Would it just be easier to take the elevator up?
Yeah, there's no guards there, right?
Yeah.
Those two
There
are downstairs.
Can that studio see that way?
And
So here, take a look. Yeah, they can see. There's a glass here and there's a glass there, and there's
Still-
glass. So, but check this out though, and look up here. Here, this vent goes to Zartazan's office. The elevator comes out here,
Mhm.
right?
Where the
There are
boardroom.
two guards in here.
Okay.
We want to come out the vent, but
It's up to you. You can go. I'm letting you know. You can do either or. I'm just letting you know your bearings if you decide.
Yeah.
can Beats
If some
lock
of us
the
go up the
security
elevator,
office?
then somebody goes out the vent. Zartazan might be distracted by us, so then you could sneak up behind him.
I'm thinking. Ooh.
It's not a bad idea.
So Johnny, you could go up the vent. I could go up the elevator with Beats, right? We pop up. Beats goes to the terminal. Would Beats be able to lock the security office at the terminal?
Yeah, their door controls.
Yes.
Yeah, I could lock the door.
Does he have to be on the third floor to do that, or can he do that from the second floor?
He can do it from either floor.
In a way, I'd
That
probably
solves
prefer he was on third with us.
Well, he could lock it from the second and come up to the third with us,
Technically, he could
or
lock
pop
every
out the third floor first. I could hang out in the elevator for a second, let him do it. Let's do that.
I'm wondering if you should come through the vent. If I come through the vent, that doesn't look normal. That doesn't look normal. But if I go through the front door, he might not like that I'm there, but I could be causing the distraction while you're coming in behind him in the vent.
Okay. So we need to hand off the device then. Do you want to have the controller then? if I have the device.
I like that. I have the controller. When you sneak up behind him, and it's on his head, I will do that. Then we'll both be in the room with him. None will be the wiser, hopefully. And what floor will Sparks or will Beats be on? Second?
He is at the terminal right now, operating the things you guys are requesting.
So he can
So I'll
lock
lock the door and then come back up.
and then come with you up the elevator.
Okay.
Does he have controls over like anything we can use to like cut off air to a room?
No.
I'm just asking.
Studio A has been suffocated to death.
That would get the guards down there.
What's that?
No. Anything to gas all the guards.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Pop stars.
Chaotic.
No, he's not going to do what R2 did at the beginning of episode 3. He's not going to do anything like that, where he's got the extinguisher going or anything.
So,
Because we still don't know how we're getting out of here, so we still got to have.
Well, if we play our cards right, the head of the company will be able to say, "Let these guys out safely. They're our new best friends," kind of thing. Maybe
We got to take that guy hostage too. He got to walk out with us, right?
Yeah. He's going to buy us lunch at 7-Eleven across the street.
Nice.
So yeah, so Beats, do your thing.
So what's Beats going to do? And I'm lost.
Lock.
I'm gonna lock the security door and then go
On
up
the
to the
third
third
floor.
floor with them.
Okay. Well, okay, but remember these people here.
They're just, well, we don't look like intruders, do we?
You don't, but when you move across the room, they're going to have to do a roll to react to you.
If I move with them, would it look normal or would they be suspicious if I'm?
If you're
Like-
with them, it would make it look less suspicious.
And I could even
Can he
wave
cut the lights?
because I'm Johnny Phage, man.
Can he cut the lights on that floor? Yeah, like can he black it out for like enough time for them to get from one vent to another?
Yeah, he could shut down the whole studio if he wanted.
I mean, if we're locking the guards and everything, how long is it going
Lock
to take
the
to get from the
studio,
vent
too.
up to the third floor?
Shut the power down. Climb through the vents. Kill some people.
I was gonna say, if you could do that and we just
Ninja.
open doors at our will, lock everyone in, open a door when we tell you to, etc.
Yeah,
you could lock the studio in. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
No matter how they react, whatever.
Well,
They're not going anywhere.
well, if he hits
But
the
that doesn't mean
lights,
They couldn't unjam it. Remember, the stormtroopers unjammed doors that R2 locked.
It's gonna take them a little while, though.
I know. I'm just letting you know that that's the realistic possibility there.
Yeah.
and
If
they
you're
weren't
cutting
even
power and locking doors, then they're going to know something's up.
well. If they only know something to do if they try to go through a locked door.
Yeah.
can they see into the guy's office? Like if we just blank the lights for enough time for him to get from one vent and then crawl up, are the guards going to be able to see
Up
into the
here?
office? Yeah. They just can't be out in this main area, right?
Beats has locked this door here. They don't
Okay.
know
Yeah.
yet, but if they try to leave, then they're going to come to a
All
locked
right.
door.
Okay.
Let's get on the elevator. I'm not too worried about
And-
the musicians in the
Okay.
studio.
So the three
And
of
the
you are
board-
going to walk this way to the elevator.
Sparks is going through vent.
I'm going to the vent. Johnny's going to the elevator with.
Yeah, and I'm going to the elevator with Johnny.
All right. Here's the deal. All three of you are going to do a roll right now, including me.
You're not the boss.
And we
of us.
still have that +3.
Yes.
10,
6.
Oh, thank God.
10.
13.
13 plus 3, 16.
And what did Phil get?
I got 7 plus 3 for 10.
Okay. So the only one that got a -1 is Beats. Did you lock this door here?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. This guy here is wondering what the hell Beats is up to. He goes to try to leave and finds the door is locked. That's all you know. And Beats, you're the only one who saw that.
Yeah.
You saw a guy looking at you through this glass, reacting funny, and going over to try to get the door. So you do know that there's an attempt made to leave.
So do I tell the others that there might be somebody suspicious that knows about
You're
us?
telling Phil as you get in the elevator that that they're suspicious.
Yeah.
Leave me alone in the elevator. I'll go on up, go help him pretend it was a technical error.
Just tell them there's a disturbance on the first floor, and they just lock the doors to keep everyone safe for a minute.
Exactly. That's what you tell them.
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to do that, but you got to roll for it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll. Yeah. +3.
13 plus 3 for 6.
Okay. You convince the guy that nothing is, and they're just locked in there for their safety.
Okay.
Sparks, you're in the vent.
So then I head back to the elevator.
The guy with the guitar on his back crawling up to the vent. No notice. Beats the droid that works there. That's suspicious.
Well, look at it this way. They're looking forward. The band is looking this way. The band failed their role to notice you. This guy here just saw that Beats was walking around with strangers, you know.
Yeah. I got you.
There's a door here, so these guys wouldn't have seen you.
I just think it's funny.
Okay, so this floor is now empty because, except for, I guess, Beats is here, right? Or no, did you go back in the elevator?
Yeah, I went back up to the elevator.
Oh, okay, all right. So this floor is empty. These guys are just hanging out in the studio, and they do know that something's going on, but they don't know what it is. They're not trying to actively break out right now. So we're going to go back to first floor, but we're going to get the reaction out of Blackpool because every floor we got to get a reaction out of him. What do you think about what's going on?
I'm trying to follow along, but because I'm not there, I can only kind of like actually like what's going on right now. Like I hear it, but I'm not there, so kind of like okay, they're still alive. They're talking.
Are you going to consider these guys the ultimate MacGyvers if they pull this off?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of entertaining. I'm still eating the space chocolates. Doing checking things on the ship, just making sure everything is primed and ready. Doing what I can. But, I wouldn't just leave my ship unattended in a risky situation. The captain's got to save the ship.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Okay. So, Lewis, we're back to you and Nola, and you're tangoing with these guards. You got a girl in your arms, and you're down with this.
You could be in a worse place. Can I convince her to...
I don't know who's in a better position right now. Is it Nola, who's got a dog pile going on of 4 supermodels? Or is it Shadow over there with the receptionist?
Now is Nola in mortal danger? Or he's getting tuned up.
Okay, so at this stage, they're pulling him up, they're restraining his arms by his back, and they've got his shirt, and they are pushing him toward this door to kick his ass out.
Okay, so he's just getting like the bar throw.
Yeah, so that just happened. Nola,
can I break free?
You're not going to be able to overpower them.
Does he have any Johnny Phage tattoos?
No. So Nola, you just got booted out, and they locked this door behind you. But Shadow, you're in here with the receptionist.
Okay.
He's still holding her, right?
Yeah.
Hey. I would like to convince her to get us to a different floor. Maybe
You're rolling to get a +3 on that.
Maybe up to an office or something.
Shadow's gonna come out with a girlfriend after this.
Maybe you want to go to the archive.
Nope.
That'd be a good idea.
Go on.
I have seen 2 campaigns with somebody end up with an NPC girlfriend.
No, I just screwed up. I got a 1.
You got a 1?
I got a 1.
Okay, this chick just came to her senses and said, "Wait a second, I'm in the arms of a stranger." She slaps you across the face and you take 1 damage.
Isn't that a song?
It's hard.
In the arms of a
God.
stranger.
I think it was in the arms of an angel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you wrote it, Phil.
You wrote it, Phil.
That'll be my next big hit.
Wait a long time to get that.
Okay, so that's pretty good there. So Nola, you're out there. You got the bar tap out thing there. Shadow, you took a slap across the face, and the next thing you see is all 4 of these babes turning around and looking at you. That's the last thing you see before we cut back over here.
Shadow's like, what about you ladies?
Next.
I never expected this to happen. When he started saying the thing about I'm going to apply for a job, I'm like, I hope to God he actually does that. Okay, so Sparks is coming through the vents, and Johnny Page and Beats just got off this elevator. What are you guys gonna do?
Heading for
Zarda.
Yeah.
I just messed it up when I typed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to head for Zardazin's office, but I'm kind of thinking, Beats, if you want to kind of hang, is there a terminal pier? Yeah, hang by the terminal, and if anybody wanders out, kind of like an employee would say, please go
Can
back in there for your
Beats
safety.
shut down the elevator?
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be advantageous.
Yeah, I'll stay by the terminal, and if you need anything, I can do it from there.
Good idea. So Beats is here. Johnny Page is here. Sparks is in the vent.
Can I see into his office? Is there glass?
There is a window here.
I just want to go and walk
Knock
in the door. I'm not even going to knock. I just want to walk in.
You just walk in.
Just storm in and start singing.
Holding a CD.
Okay, you walk in and Zarda's on
CD.
go. What the hell?
Oh, well, I'm selling my CD. You wouldn't see me in the lobby. I've come to give you my next new smash hit.
He goes, what's going on here? What happened to the manager? And why aren't you under mind control?
I told you what happened to the manager. He sent me here on a mission, and this is it.
He bangs down on his desk. A trap door opens up, and he pulls a small blaster out and aims it at you.
I'll act innocent, and I want to know what's going on in the vent behind him.
I know. Can I do like a stealth check to see if I can sneak up on him?
Yes, actually, that would have been my next thing if you were going to try to come out of the vent. Give me a stealth check.
+3.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I want to put that device on his head.
What did you roll? I'm sorry, I'm looking at
16 +3.
That is excellent. Whatever you want to pull off, you will be able to pull off.
So I'm gonna put the mind control device on the dude.
And I want to click the activation button.
Done.
Whatever
He's
it
under
is.
mind control.
Perfect. Now I'm trying to remember my mission.
I also want to take his gun.
Good.
Got it.
idea. Do we have to convince the board as well, or do we just need this guy's head?
So here's the deal. The archives is where you're going to be able to pull the stuff that has all of your royalties and all that kind of stuff on it, like the account information, all that. But you're going to need signatures from all 4 of these individuals and Zardazin.
Okay. Based on my own experiences with this device, how foolproof is it? Like, is
How
he just
foolproof is the device?
is he just going to do what we say?
Yes.
All right.
As long as he's under direct control.
Yep. And then every time you start, remember whenever you were under control, you'd start to get lucidity back and he would hit the buzzer to stop you.
Okay.
Same thing with him. But he's fresh into it, so he's not going to be activating anytime soon.
So Beats is still at the terminal, and Jay Sparks and I are in Zardazin's office.
Yep. And you pull the stealth move.
So
You said I
Zard-
learned this one from the Togruta girl.
So I guess I'll say the file. You know what? Do I want to augment this with a song and risk a failed roll? No, I don't. So here's how it's going to go. First of all, everything I say, you're going to think it was the best idea you ever had.
Yes, Mr. Fade.
I think it would be wonderful if we marched into that archives room and you just hooked me up with ownership for everything I've ever done for this company. Does that sound good for you?
Yes, Mr. Fade.
Okay, let's go.
All right, you guys walk out. You guys head over to the archive room. He opens it up, and he starts digging through the files to find your archive. He pulls out a data pad that has everything that's ever been related to Johnny Page on it.
You
Okay,
get the
so-
Beatles stuff too.
Well, I was going to say now, because I've been so productive for your organization, now you're going to do whatever you need to do that's going to give me 1% of everything that you make in the future.
Yes, Mr. Fade. Can you check the archives for tragic heroes?
If it's there you go. I mean, if it's in the archives, I want 1% of it. And
Sith, what was the space rock band you used to be in?
Oh, the kill frequency.
Yeah, they would have kill frequency in here too, I would think.
Can I like, I don't know, roll to see if there's anything interesting to take from the archive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Be my
Cool,
guest.
cool. Collectibles.
Wait, can you just like hostile take over the company right now?
There's nothing.
I guess I probably could.
Oh,
So, like,
What did
I rolled a one.
you roll a one?
He set fire to everything exited.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta think because I can't even imagine. Okay, so not
Upload
only,
you
the virus.
delete everything.
yeah, okay, yeah. So that I'm gonna
don't give
say
him ideas.
No.
you rolled a one, so you deleted everything in there except for the data pad that he has because he already pulled it out of the archive.
Okay.
So you just deleted everything Empire Records has.
So I get 1% of nothing.
Sorry, Phil. Well, you get your own stuff.
Okay. Well, that's good
I'm
enough.
sure they have a backup archive. They're just gonna have a hard time figuring out what the hell happened during all this mess.
So my
Could be
1%
good.
still stands.
Yeah,
We'll make sure that 1% still stands. Isn't that
I
a great
will,
idea?
I'll allow it because you rolled high despite Sparks' terrible roll.
All right.
I get those ones out of the way because I'll probably need to not get them soon.
Does
now-
only Johnny have to go with Zardozen to get the other signatures?
It doesn't matter who goes. It's just that the signatures need to be gotten.
Okay. And we think they'll go along with it.
It's up to your decisions. We're letting the dice decide.
Should
Yikes.
I go in there too to make it look more normal?
Sure.
The protocol droid probably would be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
I'll go in there too.
So I guess my next instruction would be, is that together we're going to go in there and you're going to introduce me as Team Johnny Phage. And due to the wonderful things I've done for this company, you're encouraging all these board members to hop on board for a new and profitable future.
Yes, Mr. Phage. So here's what we're gonna do. All four of us are going in there, right? I'm going in as the producer. You're going in. Sparks is going in, right?
Going in as his team.
Okay, and then Beats is going in. All
Yeah.
four of us are going to roll, and each one of us is going to have a hand in convincing one of the board members.
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
13.
11.
what did Phil get? And I'll tell you guys what I got.
I suck. Don't sign up with me. I got a 1.
Okay,
Whoa.
I got a 2. They're not buying it at all. They know that you were under mind control, and they're like, he's got the producer under mind control.
Give them an offer they can't refuse, Sparks.
I pull out my gun.
You pull out the gun, okay? All right.
You will sign this paper, or I will shoot you.
That's
Okay.
the real Sparks right there.
I just want my rights back.
You will sign these rights back to this great man who deserves to have his own rights and deserves to be free from your controlling company, or you will die.
And you're going to get all the royalties that have been building up the whole time he's under mind control. That's going to transfer right now. Actually, would you like to transfer to Blackpool's account?
Yeah.
Blackpool, will you give me a roll to determine whether or not you can successfully wire transfer this stuff?
And then fly to Bermuda.
And
shorts.
does.
I'm all out of shorts. Cool.
3.
Okay, so
Wrong address.
with
Insufficient
all
funds.
going on here, you're starting to lose the comm because the disruption going on. So you guys should try to call in. So you guys have the account data on that data pad, but you can't transfer it out. So you do need to make sure that the data pad leaves with you.
Okay. So we've got it signed. We just have to transfer it once we get out of there.
They're all signing it, and you got Zardozen to sign it. Now what?
We
A
go
lot
out
of
the
witnesses.
What?
Well, I guess Beats can't go through the vent, right?
Beats can't do what?
Can Beats go through the vent?
No, he can't
Well,
go through.
I can just go through the elevator too because it's normal.
Well, so me and Johnny are going to go to the vent, and then you're going to go to the terminal, reactivate the elevator, and go
Oh,
down.
right, yeah.
Better
Because we
lock
need to
those.
be moving down the vent. Actually, hold on.
Are you locking the board members in, or are you trying to ice them?
Well, I've got an idea. I mean, we got the CEO like in our palm of our hand. Just the board members don't believe it. Can we just have him escort us out the building as VIPs while meanwhile the board room is locked and no one can alert anyone?
That is a possibility, but realize just with the board members, every person is going to have a role to convince them. So you can try that. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that just like when we tried to convince them, like you're going to have to convince anybody you encounter that the jig is enough.
Oh, I see. Well,
We're gonna have 4 guards to deal with downstairs.
There's 2 guards right here that are probably about to start wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
but if we've got the CEO with us, he can say it's okay. They're with me.
In fact, I'm going to do a roll right now to see how much time has gone by.
Maybe.
Okay, that was. You guys are good for a little bit longer.
On the other hand, I kind of like your idea. Let's just go out the vent and sneak out the little side hallway.
'Cause the 2 of us can do that, but then Beats can walk back into the lobby, maybe distract the guards while we
got
by that window. And
we
then
got
Beats
a lot of guards downstairs too.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So Beats would be like talking with them downstairs while we sneak by that window. And we
Well,
just
I mean,
pop out of the vent.
you can't leave with the blaster because you're going to get spotted going back to the security check. Let's give Zardazan the blaster and have him hold the office hostage.
That's an excellent idea.
Hire that guy.
Oh, yeah. Didn't think of that.
So
Like
Beats and
Zardazan's gone
Zardazan
nuts.
down
We need
the-
every security guard upstairs right now.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's gonna hold the
He's
board.
going to hold. He's going to be in his office holding the board hostage. No one else will know why except the board. So you can reactivate everything to stop our timer or something,
Yep.
and then call the 4 guards that are about to beat me down upstairs. Well, you guys all sneak out.
Absolutely do that, but there's so many moving components that whoever decides to trigger it is going to have to do a roll to determine whether it works.
So me and Johnny are getting into the vent. But before we do that, Johnny's gonna have. So the first step that has to happen is Johnny has the Zardazan hold the board hostage.
Yes. So that's done. Stand there holding the gun. You guys got the device, and you're telling him shoot anybody that moves.
Yeah, but I'm going to whisper that into his ear. You keep them here until you know we're safely out of the building, and for all of time going forward, if any of them renege on my deal, take them out.
Can you grab anything he has up there in the office that I might be able to craft into a explosive device?
I'll let somebody look if it's
You know, some liquor or hairspray.
Can I redeem my searching the archives to search his room?
Yeah, go ahead.
Plus, we need to throw a thermal detonator
And then
at
I
Admiral
look at
Kennedy.
Sparks and say, your friend really likes explosives.
Well, first of all, how would you even know to do this? Because he's down there dealing with these women right now.
They've spent a lot of time with me.
I've
Well, there's still
been
the
in
common, right?
Me and Sparks have been making bombs in the
Yeah.
the home world
I
every
always know I'm
weekend.
looking for stuff for
All right,
him.
Sparks, I'll let you do a roll.
Oh, it was 9 plus 3.
9 plus 3. Let's see. Well, you found a book of matches, and you found some electrical wire.
And some paper clips.
And what?
Paper clips.
I couldn't even hear you, man. Like you sound like
Paper clips.
Paper.
clips.
paper clips. Okay, there you go. Paper clips, wire, and matches. Which
MacGyver.
these components?
A bread tie.
No hairspray. Doesn't he have hairspray?
Sure, I'll let you get a bottle of hairspray.
Now we're talking.
LA looks.
All right, so I grabbed those things for Lewis just in case.
Gotcha.
My man.
So at the very least, you've got matches and hairspray.
So
Exactly.
you guys are going down the vent. Beats is going down the elevator. Beats, what floor are you going to?
I guess I'll go right down to the bottom.
Okay, you'll go down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you turn the terminal back before you went down where the camera's normal?
Yeah, I reset everything.
Everything's like running like normal now. The only thing that's off is the dude holding the gun to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so nothing going on this floor except for these guys here that already know something's up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying the door or anything. You guys are coming out of the vent. He's already going straight down. We're going back to the first floor. So Beats, you come out of the elevator to find Lewis getting overpowered by these 5 women and forced out.
I wasn't able to work a little bit.
Normally, in a normal game, I would probably let this actually play out to a strength check, but I'm going to say that 4 supermodel bodyguards with vibroblades and another woman there is going to be able to do this.
So, are Phil and Sparks back down yet, or are they still climbing?
They are. Here's the thing: they are
Second floor.
out here about the time you come off the elevator.
Okay.
All right, am I aware of what's going on with them? Like their
You
time
don't
frame
know
and everything.
what's going on? You've been dogpiled by women and watching Nola get do that.
Okay.
All right.
So
well,
I
guys are
come
on
off the
Fired
elevator.
in about 10 or 12 minutes.
So I come off the elevator and I see them pulling Lewis away.
Yes.
So,
he's getting
and I
pushed.
know he's part of our group.
Yeah.
So I decide to shoot the hidden whistling birds from my arm to free him from the bodyguards.
Give me a roll.
Hire that
14.
guy.
You do, but it doesn't kill them. It just makes them like, oh shit, and they're like pew pew pew. Like, so if you guys haven't figured it out from what he just said there, he has been armed up secretly by Zartazan as a battle droid.
Nice.
I'm going to write a song about him.
So the girls are piling into both corners, freaking the hell out, right?
can I grab any of their weapons in the confusion?
You can grab a vibroblade.
All right.
Okay. You guys are coming to this vent. While that took place, you guys heard the explosion downstairs. Wasn't a big blast, but it was clear that something happened. Okay.
Can you guys try to get as many musicians to run out with you to make more of a scene if we're trying to escape?
We can't unlock the door.
It's unlocked.
He reset everything.
You reset everything.
Oh, I gotcha. So,
You've got your guitar on your back still, right?
yeah, it's my weapon, man.
Just say, guys, we gotta get the hell out of here.
But would we know?
Well, you've got Zartazan holding everyone hostage upstairs, so we're trying to make it enough of a distraction to escape.
What do you think, Johnny? Would we be like, hey guys, let's go, let's get out of here?
Maybe they want to join me in a rendition of Billie Eilish's "Everything I Wanted" on the way out.
Go for it.
Great.
I'm going to kill
that's
the map though now because you guys do not need the map anymore if you guys are all heading to the first floor.
If he's singing Billie Eilish, I'm flying out.
You don't really-
taking off.
You don't really sing
Fair
Billie Eilish, though. That was a 10.
Okay. Well, nothing changes. So, are you guys all coming down?
Phil, are we going down the elevator? Or are we like being like, hey guys, let's go? We get them all into the elevator and then we sneak off to the vent.
Well, I'm kind of the mind still. Let's put them in the elevator and let's go to the vent because there's guards at the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah.
I think, right? But
Granted, I mean, I have a guitar. I could use as a weapon. I have some flame and hairspray that I can toss to Lewis.
I think now's the time to just get out. Just get out the vent and go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
I agree.
We'll go to the vent, sending the artists down the elevator.
go get them, guys. Revolution.
Okay. So there you go. So you got a crowd of artists coming out of the elevator with you guys. You guys see Pete standing there, and the girls cowering in the corner. There's a bunch of blackened debris, and when you guys go out the front door, Noah's standing there, and he's like, "What the fuck took so long?" But as you guys are heading out, you start to hear. All through the corridors and offices continuously.
It's Harry old fat guy.
That was not a Wookiee. That was the Death Star alarm.
I know.
You hear
Man,
Wookiees the Wookiees are attacking Coruscant.
What animal is dying?
All right, so Blackpool, you are also at the cockpit. You got your feet up. You're eating the chocolates and everything, right? You hear that alarm going, and you're seeing activity going all over the fucking docking bay.
We're coming your way, Blackpool.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for them.
So what's your reaction to this, though?
Well, it's them, so I'm not that surprised. You know, I mean, if I have comlink ability to them, I don't know if that went away permanently when Sparks rolled.
You're outside the building now.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, are you guys all right? You know, sounds like you've been discovered. I'm here with the ship.
Going.
It's going. It's here.
Get the engines started. Whatever we gotta do to get them going.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you do a roll for that because it's gonna take them time to get back. You'll have the engine up by then.
We need to make sure we kill Admiral Kennedy too first.
Admiral Kennedy.
I'm kidding.
All right, so
That's from
So
Shaw.
I'm gonna give Shadow the stuff I stole from the office.
Sweet.
Okay. But you guys are outside of the reception area now. Are you guys moving back toward the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can we make a run for the ship, or are we just going to get stopped at a checkpoint?
You are making a run for it, but
Well, maybe we want to casually stroll through the checkpoints.
Yeah. Is my are our weapons going to arouse suspicion, or should I dump all that?
it's all up to you, man. Like the alarms are going off, and then there are platoons of stormtroopers coming into the main corridor.
Well, the vibro, the blade's not gonna right? It's not gonna cause any. They won't set alarms off. The guns are gonna set alarms.
Yeah, blasters will.
Okay.
We gave the gun to
Yep.
the guy to hold the room hostage, so we should be good. But I got a guitar. I'm gonna use that as a weapon, but it's not a.
So if we get stopped, I'll just be one of your bodyguards.
There you
Yeah,
go.
me
we'll
and
say,
Phil are
you know,
the band.
Someone
Team
in there is
Fade.
going crazy, shooting up the place. Can we make Zartazan start shooting everyone now?
Yeah, there we go. Well, he may have if they decided to go against the deal.
Nah, we're not taking that risk.
Actually, wait. Before we go anywhere, can we use the terminal right outside to transfer the money?
You can try it.
Right? Because don't we want to do that just in case something happens where they're like, aha, we're reneging on it, and then
Yeah,
you
that
can
would,
try it.
It's
let me
probably
do
good.
do I get my tech bonus?
Yeah, successful.
Nice.
So Blackpool, you're sitting at the cockpit, right? You're getting everything going, and you just realize that
Cha-ching.
like 3 million Imperial credits just deposited into your account.
So as we discussed, right, when we start Dungeons and Dragons, this carries over into gold pieces for my character.
yeah. And experience point.
Yeah.
As we
Uh,
discussed,
So I take off and that's it. You don't. This game
See ya-
is
see ya,
ending anyway.
Blackpool.
fly straight to the D&D game.
Yeah. Yeah.
He flies to the other world where D&D is taking place.
That's right.
The D&D planet.
And as I cross the plane, the ship turns into a horse.
What is this WandaVision?
Concept though, jump between it. You know, it's like that movie Stay Tuned. You know that movie with John
No.
Ritter?
Mm-mm.
You never seen that? It's an early
Nope.
90s movie with John Ritter where him and his wife get stuck in the TV and they jump from channel to channel and things change about them whatever channel they go to.
Oh man.
Sounds like WandaVision.
Yeah.
I do like John Ritter though. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they ended up in Dwayne's Underworld, which is a parody of Wayne's World, but it's like all demonic. And then they went to a cartoon world where they turned into cartoon mice. Yeah,
Sounds like an
Anyway,
acid trip.
interesting thought that I had when you said the thing.
Phil
about
knows all about that.
All right. So the money has been transferred. You got Beats with you, and you're heading back, and there's people frantic all over the place. The Imperials are coming. There's Imperial officers moving around stuff. They're telling everyone that that a curfew is now in effect, and that everyone needs to get into some form of housing.
Our ship's a house, right?
Are you going to try to go to it?
That
What do you
sounds
guys
like a loaded question.
What do you guys think? Do we want to the house or to the house to the
Yes,
ship?
I think we should.
No, blow this joint.
What do you think, Captain Blackpool? Is it safe to come to you?
Yeah, I mean we got to get out of here, right?
What's
We've already caused a lot of ruckus over there.
Are there any stormtroopers out on the landing pads?
So you're not there yet. You're just now arriving to the terminal to get through, but there's no Imperial officers there to check people through, and it's locked.
It's locked.
Like they're stopping people from going through, but the guards they're busy with other shit.
Can Blackpool see if there's any troopers around the ship?
Yeah, there's still a lot of people inside the Bay Area. There's Imperials escorting people off of the platforms.
Also, in case we didn't,
Are they letting any ships leave? Or have they locked all the bays?
Ships are going. They're coming and going as normal, but people inside the terminals are not allowed to leave. But shipping is normal. They're not going to shut the whole planet down over some record label calling the police.
why not?
I mean, it is the Empire's label.
We have to get Johnny Phage to la la blah 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 blah.
Palooza. And just in case we didn't, Beats, you were invited to come with us.
I'd love to come to finally be free of this company.
Okay.
So right about the time he says that, you see at the opposite end of the corridor where you guys just came from is an entire platoon of stormtroopers heading your way, and they said, "That's them. Blast them."
Oh,
I will duck.
These are not the people that you are looking for.
Fail.
let me check for my force sensitivity. Nah.
Yeah, you would have to get a 20 for me to do anything.
I know.
wait, they know it's us already?
Yeah, they recognize you as the people that the chicks just described, the stormtroopers that arrived. And they're coming down the corridor toward you. You guys have a wall in front of you of these glass things you went through, but there's no one operating the switchboards.
Can Phil make the Zartazan guy kill the board members right now? It's like a distraction.
We're
It's probably too
away.
late if they already see us.
You could do it, but it's not going to distract stormtroopers that are half a mile away.
It'll
Can you guys
hack
hack the gates?
They've brought these stormtroopers to our front door.
I mean, can you guys hack the gates? Like we get through there?
Beats can try it.
It's also too late to ask the receptionist to undo their story, or they'll be fired by the CEO.
He's dead.
So
Zed's
I
dead, man.
stop in front of the group, and my arms turn into heavy weapons, and I start shooting at the stormtroopers as a
All right.
distraction.
Okay.
Well,
Beats is now engaged in battle. So there are 12 stormtroopers.
Oh, shit.
I'm continuing to duck.
How effective are guitars at reflecting blast?
Give me a roll.
Too bad it's not a tuba.
Can J Sparks try to open the gates with his tech
We'll get to
bonuses?
it, but he's engaged in battle right now, so we have to do a round of battle. You guys stalled too long. So go ahead and give me a roll, Beats.
Oh, right. 17.
17. 3 stormtroopers dead.
That's still a mighty lot of stormtroopers.
But I just rolled a 20.
We're all dead.
Ooh.
No, Beats is absolutely obliterated by the other 9 stormtroopers.
What?
He's
I'm gonna write 2 songs about him.
We're going to talk about this at the end.
Can Phil heal him? Wait, can I heal him with my tech?
You're trying the door out, right?
I do have to try the door.
Yeah, we can get we can get out of here.
Sorry, Beats.
Sparks, give me a roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do I still have 3?
Yeah,
Well, I
you,
have
still-
4. I have my tech.
yeah, you got your tech.
And the 3 on
Yeah.
top of that.
So that is a success, but not before somebody else is going to take a shot. I want Shadow,
I'll take the shot.
Nola, and Phil to all roll. Lowest one gets damage.
Can Shadow like attack them too with his flame?
They got 7.
Nola? I can't tell what that is.
11, 17. I got hit.
All right, you take 1 damage.
How much damage do I have? Because I don't have stormtrooper armor anymore.
You don't have Stormtrooper on anymore?
Because you gave me an extra hit point last time, but
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
you have a grand total of 5, but you're missing 2, so you have 3 left.
Okay.
All right. So the door does open. Lewis takes damage. Are all of you going to attempt to run to the Black Pearl?
Is Beats completely kaput, or can
He
he
is
be rigged
crawl
up?
a little bit.
That was
He's
not
gone.
a judged roll. I was going to let him fight longer and try to escape or whatever, but I literally rolled a 20 and he had 12 stormtroopers shooting him.
Can I find
You're
a CPU and take a CPU?
It's a message to the other kids.
All right. So you guys do
The other
the terminal. Sparks, I'm going to give you a chance to roll to seal that terminal.
to seal our fates. +4.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
+4.
That fucker's locked, man. And these are blaster-proof windows, right? So you guys get to the ship.
Go.
We're going to White Castle.
It is time for Sparks and Blackpool to do their thing.
You mean not to do anything?
And Blackpool gets his ship bonus, and you get your tech bonus.
Time to crash the ship. No,
Oh, not tonight.
Wow.
not
Oh.
tonight, indeed.
The
First
ship
time they
raises
didn't
up.
fail.
You're watching stormtroopers pull on the doors over there. Nothing's going on, and the ship is going off into the atmosphere. It is being approached by one Star Destroyer.
Oh, just a Star Destroyer.
So, Nola, are you going to do your thing?
Am I going to try and take out a Star Destroyer? Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, who's going to get the other blaster, the other mounted?
Wait, do they know that we're engaged in battle, or we're just one of many ships leaving?
That they know that you just blasted out of air. Like
Can we hit hyperspeed?
you'll be able to in just a second once this round goes through.
Yeah,
So-
the missiles we didn't use.
Yeah, exactly. You have you have 5 concussion missiles.
Don't
There's
need them for it.
there's a blaster cannon wide open if somebody wants to get in it. Nola's only sitting in one.
I'll get in the other one.
Okay. The ship is engaging you. I want Sparks to give a roll for coordinating. That is a fail. Well,
+4.
last thing. So you are getting it, but one turn is going to pass because it wasn't a good one. There are blaster shots coming from the Star Destroyer at the Black Pearl. And we're going to determine, I'm going to roll 4 die here to determine if any of these hit.
All 4 hit.
3 hits.
How many does it have? How many can we take?
You just lost shielding.
Can I break into song?
Yes.
Can on this turn also can Sith after he sings shoot some concussive missiles?
He could definitely do that. That's
What
I've
good.
been wanting to use those for a while.
So Johnny just gave you guys a freaking
No.
+2.
I didn't roll. That was my
I
old
thought that
roll.
was, yeah.
I'm going to be singing Third Eye Blind, Semi Charmed Life.
Okay, it didn't do anything.
Semi charmed.
So we do go to Blackpool. You're waiting for Sparks to hit that.
How many of the 5 missiles would do the job?
To destroy an entire Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can roll a d20 for each of the 5 concussion missiles if you're going to fire them all at once.
But I don't know, what would be overkill? Like if I wanted to shoot just 2?
5 would not necessarily be overkill, but you're up against a Star Destroyer, dude.
Yeah. All right. I guess we better use all 5. First roll.
It's an 8.
That is a fail.
Okay.
Ooh.
Second roll.
That's a success.
Okay. Third roll.
Fail.
15?
I thought it was a 5.
It was. I'm guessing the next one's a 15.
20.
Oh shit!
Last one.
20. 12.
2 successes. Okay, so here's the deal. You needed to get at least 3 of those to be able to destroy the ship's bridge. But rather than focus on the bridge, you did take out the bottom blaster cannons that were hitting Black Pearl. So that does break the fire a little bit. And Sparks is going to get another roll here without them trying to fire at you again.
Are Shadow and Nola shooting?
Are
that
guns going to
ball?
do anything to a Star
It's
Destroyer?
not going to. No TIE fighters have been deployed as of yet, but that doesn't mean that they're not coming. One hyperdrive shut off.
We're going to be starting D&D next week, aren't we?
We're probably going to anyway, but it's a really high possibility. Okay, 8 TIE fighters have just been deployed. They're within range. Shadow and Nola can take a shot at them.
Taking shots.
How much health do we have after
2 destroyed.
Cool.
Okay.
Actually, wait, what was your bonus for mounted?
Mine?
Yeah, your bonus for mounted is
Plus
you
4 now.
I'm gonna let you destroy 2 of them yourself. So Shadow 1, and so there are 5 TIE fighters left. I need Blackpool to roll for ship control.
This is the second time I've destroyed the hyperdrive.
Why do we keep letting them touch that?
That's good.
I don't know.
You're good. You're actually dodging fire and stuff, so you're not going to take any fire this round because
Evasive maneuver. Yeah, I was about to say, Sean Miller, start banging on the hyperdrive, man. Do something. Get this thing to work.
Yeah.
Get us out of here.
I
Mark,
go
take
kick the
another chance
hyperdrive.
right now.
Is it my turn to kick the hyperdrive?
Yep.
into the thing?
Well, it's your turn to do whatever it takes to get this thing going.
Boom!
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Sparks.
Like that, gone.
Thank you, Sean.
I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heart attack and then, kick it out of there.
So the deal is, though, that you're going to have to repair the Black Pearl before it gets used again because you have no shielding.
Got a bank account.
That entire situation. And that is going to bring this session to a close.
Whew.
We lost Beats.
Okay, so we'll address that first.
It was supposed to be a
He's so
different
young.
way.
It was supposed to be however it could end up, but basically we were talking, and since he's the only one who's guested that has played a significant amount, I was willing to break my rule of someone die on the first try. And I told him he could die in a hail of gunfire or he can die self-destructing. But he just got blown away whenever the stormtroopers rolled a 20.
Yeah, but you died a free droid.
You did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which was
You were
my
like
one
that.
mission.
So overall, a win.
Beats has no master. All right. So what did you guys think about doing something different? What did you guys think about a stealth dungeon crawl?
That was good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I know Sith didn't get to do much, but he opted to stay in the ship. So, but
This is great because I was able to open up more sports cards on a stream.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I
Go ahead
opened up
here.
about 6
We're gonna
packs during this.
We're going to pause RPG stuff for a second, and I want everybody that's watching the replay and everybody watching this to look at some highlights that you got here. What'd you pull up? What'd you open up?
Just a stack of no-name rookies, who may be something in a year or two.
Yeah, it's something you can pull out later if they.
And just, a few, Topps Chrome, Cal Ripken, Randy Johnson, nobody huge, but it was fun. It was like I was, listening, participating from afar, opening packs. I put in the chat. It's like I don't think Josh Grav, but he's on the shows and he's always bagging and boarding comics during the stream. So I felt like that during this session, but I was opening up packs. But it was fun. I mean, it was like I was in the chat, like chat plus, So it was fine.
Cool. So PSA Tendencies, Sith's new show on his channel, or actually on the PSA Tendencies channel, but you also do pack rips on yours. Check it out mostly Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, every other week we move it.
It's all about cards, everything. Sports cards, Pokemon. I had some wrestling stuff going. Johnny brought some Street Fighter on. He's got some hockey.
I
Yeah,
bought a
Spark.
pack for myself too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Sparks and I are going to work out a cards for comics trade. He got me some Pokemon and hockey today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we got kind of like a whole bunch of different things going on in our little group here. We got Lewis with his figures. We're all into comics. We got the card thing going that's kind of centered around Sith now, but he's been getting me into cards lately, and I never thought that'd be possible. But I've got more cards than I have had in many, many years. Not more than ever, but more than I've ever had in a long time, just in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah. So PSA tendencies, go sub that up. You'll see me on there sometimes, most of the time.
Next week.
Next week, I hope I have some packs for it.
I got some
Color color commentary
Oh, wow.
is fine too. It's just hangout.
Oh, I love it, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's what. Yeah, Sparks got some Pokemon again. So yeah, so I'm gonna say my piece first this time, and then we're gonna go do the round robin around what everybody thought. But I want to say that at the beginning, I could tell that for a lot of you guys, you either haven't or for a long time haven't done a map-based dungeon crawl. So there was a bit of hesitation with how to react and what to do. And props to Nola. Nola, there's a reason why he's my co-pilot DM, because he brought up things to kind of prod you guys, whether you realized it or not, that would make sense to approach it instead of just freezing up on it, But I wanted, like I've done with all these, this is session 5, I wanted to introduce a new mechanic to get you guys all used to tabletop gaming. And I do use maps, even though I said I'm not a big figurine and maps guy. I do for things like that. So you will see me do things like that in the D&D game. If you guys liked it. If you guys don't like it, I can scrap it. But like other people I've played with have liked it. If you guys got a good feel of that, I can do that kind of stuff from time to time.
It's a helpful guide.
Yeah, I think that was good
Yeah.
for us to understand the layout of the multiple layers, where one vent came, where one thing entered and exited.
I kept it kind of rudimentary because I didn't want it to be too crazy, but at the same time I wanted options. I didn't just want, you have to do the vent and you got to go straight to this guy's office. No, I wanted to see, here's the thing. I was fully, if you had gone to those vents, the first thing that was going to happen was he was actually going to walk out of the office and go over to the archives himself without knowing you guys were there. If you guys hadn't locked the security office door, those guards would have come out. So there's a lot of things like that you guys fumbled with that, but
A
yeah,
lot of different options that could have happened.
yeah. And don't expect that all the time, because that's really not my style to map out everything, but a very specific locale like that, I like to do that. I like using, I showed you guys on my channel before this, which will be hard to do on here, but I'm going to eventually try to figure out a way to do it where it's an actual grid that I can write on with dry erase.
It's a Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
So travels are Nick Cage.
He stole it.
Yeah. So if you guys felt that, but we're gonna go around here, and I want to hear everybody's honest opinion. What could I do different? What could I do better? What do you guys think you guys could have done better if you guys had thought about it more? But there was a lot of really good ideas once you guys got the fire started. There was maybe a 5-minute gap there where you guys were kind of not really knowing it, and Nola kind of stuck the kindling underneath you and made it work. But after that, I was really impressed with some of the ideas. They went way outside of the bounds of what I was even considering. So we're going to go to Shadow first, and when we get back to me, we're going to talk about what's going to happen next week, because next week is going to be interesting, especially with what all happened this time.
I liked it, man. I like Sparks was saying, I'm glad you're leading us all through the different scenarios to get us ready for the D&D, and also feels like it's building up every game. That was fun. It wasn't just run in there and blast the place up. So I was
As much as you wanted.
as much as I always tried.
A mechanic of something that would prevent you from using your typical weapons, something that's kind of like, we can either do this mission or not, but we're not doing it with blasters because we're going to get annihilated the moment we.
I mean, as a character, no, but yeah, I like
Exactly.
that you're expanding it, of course.
Something
Yeah.
to change things up. I want to stop for a second too. I just saw some flicker there to say, hey, this is awesome how Sean Miller and Copy have been with us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up,
definitely.
guys?
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know who else is still with us, but I know them guys have been here the entire time, and that's super cool. And there are 10 people watching, so I know some other people are watching. I'm assuming Lady Sith Lordly's still hanging around somewhere too.
I'm one.
I'm one also. I think Lady Sith's been in there recently.
Yeah. And I appreciate you guys going in and saying stuff with the chat, because it is difficult to DM and do that. So I will do my best to acknowledge when I can do that at times like these. But let's see, I'm scrolling back here. Sean, you're a bro. And Copy's a bro. Lady Sith Lord is a lady.
Lady.
SCG, I did see SCG
lady.
up in here earlier, but he didn't say much. Is he hanging?
He made one comment about me, I think.
He said he's talking about Love Shack. Oh, I know why he's talking about that. But
No, he made a comment about I want to say it was something about spells or something. I don't remember where that was.
Yeah, I
It was
hope
a
you
while.
didn't take too long to cast a spell, and I said you were casting magic missile.
pew pew.
Almost did. If it wasn't for that 20 roll, I think
Yeah.
So we'll let
I think
Danny was
other
all ready.
people
He's
would
like,
have
all right.
been, casting magic missile at us.
Sean gave me some good feedback a minute ago about my question, so we'll let the chat, if they decide to say anything else, while we go over to Nola. Chat, if you got anything to say about this type of session, go ahead and let us have it. But Nola, what you got?
This was fun to watch. I was, like you said, I realized what was going on, and it was easier for me to just kind of stand back and let these guys do their thing until it just felt like we were floundering a little bit with more ideas than action. And but let it be said, the character of Nola will soon be getting a Beats tattoo in memoriam of his incredible sacrifice.
2 songs coming.
But yeah, this is again leading into the actual D&D campaign that we're going to be doing. This is such a great introduction on different ways that things happen, and every week is a little something new and different for everyone to kind of get their feet wet in. So, well done, and well done for some wackiness and some shenanigans.
Yeah. You guys had to think outside the box with this. And see, it's like I said before, like I want to follow sessions that are very different, no matter how good a session may have been. Having a stealth thing where it almost feels like a horror thing, we're not going to be able to recreate that in the very next session. So it's better to do something like this to follow what we did last week.
It would have been nice to have, the Invisible Girl or our big muscly guy.
I went into this fully thinking that Caroline would be part. To be honest, like I said, I kind of speculate how people are going to tackle things when I draw these kind of things up. I don't want to force the hand on it too much, but I want to, see what are possibilities. And I actually kind of envisioned Shadow and Caroline ending up on the 3rd floor, and actually Sparks getting taken out relatively quickly because he doesn't have a stealth action, but his tech thing did quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
I was the one that ended up doing the stealth.
I didn't expect Blackpool to not.
You still have your guitar too.
So
I got a guitar now.
I would have thought Blackpool would actually be doing something more similar to what Shadow ended up doing, causing distractions by confronting people directly and getting kicked out. Nola as well.
Really, you didn't expect Blackpool to stay on the ship despite the fact
That's what he usually
that's
does.
been his move at every turn.
Bro, it's
like
my ship, man. Like I have to act how I would.
Yes.
It's an expensive ride, and to me, it's kind of like I didn't mind that this was kind of more their adventure, because for me, it would be out of character to just to partake, to leave my ship and be stressing about it the whole time.
It was enough for you to go to Coruscant under these circumstances. Like that was enough. Like the group would have understood. Like, hey,
Well,
you got
the last time they went on an adventure, somebody snuck on your ship. So
yeah,
right.
And I'm glad you said that at the beginning, Blackpool. I'm glad you said the whole thing about that, because that was a very sensible reason of why you would stay. Because last time Phil got like chloroformed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, in real life, that's how I would act, right? If I had an expensive ship, and there's 5 of them, you guys go. I'm kicking it with the ship.
So before I move on to Johnny Phage, I want to say, well, first of all, Chinmo is still hanging out. That's awesome. Chinmo has been here in almost all these. If he wants to guest play with me sometime, he's more than welcome to. And Wes, I'm sure, would extend that as well. But I did want to say, for those who weren't watching, it wasn't off camera because it was on camera, but we had Caroline do a roll the other night to determine how she felt about the awesome bravery that Shadow did. And she rolled really high, so we determined that she is romantically crushing on Lewis's character because of the immense bravery that she saw.
Yeah.
At least I'm
She
getting
almost
some,
had some competition from that receptionist.
Yeah.
I'm getting some affection in this universe, so that's nice. It'll balance out the rest of them.
Yeah, right on. So I did want to mention that, and then so there's that took place, and then Let's see, what was it? There was another thing that
I know you got clay lovers, bro.
It's a weekend group. We meet at the bowling alley.
So here's what's really awesome.
It's not what you think.
So Nola's story has basically wrapped up that we had set up. And that's not to say that we couldn't do more with him. But him and Al, they kind of had their thing going. We just wrapped up Johnny Phage. Sparks, you pretty much did your story with helping the colony, right? Caroline almost instantly got hers by getting off-world. Blackpool and Lewis are really the only ones who have untouched stories. So we're going to do something with them next week. And Blackpool, you have far more than enough money to get Car 3000 back.
Or what did you say, 3 mil?
Just to get into D&D, I mean, it would be in Lewis's mind nature to just lock hands and fly into an asteroid. end it all.
With that story coming, I was like, well,
so
going down like a punk.
With that said, because everything was dealt with every character, and you guys are the only ones who don't have a resolution, but you do know you have enough money to Car 3000. Next week is going to be a 2-parter event. It is going to be the shocking conclusion of this Star Wars run, and it's also going to be session 0 for the Dungeons and Dragons game.
Don't want to miss that one then.
No. Everyone here I know is probably going to be able to make it, except for Caroline is up in the air, but she said is most likely. So if she comes, then we will really get into it, and we'll probably even start some basic stuff in the world I've developed. But if she doesn't make it, it's all stuff that she can catch on Rewind and get. We're going to go over, and then the session after that will be the first real session. So does that sound good? Does that sound good to wrap this thing up in the first half? Like, when I say first half, I mean like it'll probably be like 30 or 40 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fluid how it's working out. You know what I mean?
Because I want to give this thing a proper ending, right? You know,
yeah.
Like we can't just drop it. Like even for continuity's sake, like we can't have all these people that have been watching this whole time and just be like, "What?"
Are we going to be in the Star Wars wiki site as characters in the expanded universe?
And then when you end up in a comic, you pick up all the first.
Get our own page on Wikipedia.
Yeah, Peach Momoko is going to do the cover.
I was going to say our own variant cover.
I think if we buy 3,000, yeah.
So Johnny Phage, what did you think about how your little scenario went?
Well, I apologize for missing whatever was sent in Instagram.
It was days ago.
I want to go back and see what that was to see how things might have gone differently.
So I'll just go ahead and say this now because I don't see an opportunity next time for this. Johnny, you've got a secret that you've been hiding since the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, well, that I remember. Yes.
Would you like to share that with the group?
Is there a chance it would come in handy next week?
I'm not going to say you can't use it, but the likelihood of it wouldn't be any more likely than the last 2 sessions that you didn't use it.
All right. I'll tell them. I'm a Claudite.
Pardon?
You guys, I am a Claudite. I am not a human.
Claudites are like
I'm a shape changer.
Henner from episode 2.
Oh, okay.
So at any time
Sam Wessel.
Yes, at any time I had worked out with Travel and Ripier that I would dash off behind a corner somewhere and write a song, and then come out looking like someone completely different.
So there's been like probably 3 or 4 opportunities I've seen where I thought you were going to do it. First of all, I thought you were going to do it to get on the pirate ship in session number 3.
Okay.
I thought you were going to do them, but you didn't. And then I thought you were going to do it to mess with Caroline.
Oh, well, I didn't really feel like I had the chance at.
Yeah, the way it worked out, it didn't. And then this time I actually thought you were going to turn into the producer to go in the boardroom and trick them all to sign the thing.
Okay, so then, so back to that. I guess the only thing I found myself feeling was a little clumsy, and I'm not sure there could have been any fix to that. Was that we did all our planning in the lobby of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like
we're outside the lobby, right?
Well, there was the main entry, but then there was the elevator lobby, right?
Well, there was no way you were going to know that the dude was going to cold shoulder you and try to get the guards to run you off. You just knew you were going to walk in that office and try. Right?
I just felt like in a way we were like the Monty Python group standing outside the castle door, plotting how we're going to like burst through the castle door. So
sure,
that's all. And it worked out great.
It still worked out great because I thought you came up with an equal. I didn't know you were going to do that. I just figured that was a possibility that you would have tried. Because I knew you had. So the only other thing in that message that I sent you was you either skimmed over or it's been a couple of days and you forgot that the purpose of getting there was to get those records and have them signed over.
Yeah.
It's not something that the droid could have done for you. It's not something that the guy could have just, or he wasn't going to just hand those things over without some kind of persuasion.
And
but it's not a big deal. That's just something we talked about. But
and I guess two things in closing. One, I was always keeping the Claudite thing for just if all else fails, then I'll pull that out of my hat. And sure. I always felt like there was something else that could be done.
If an opportunity comes up next week where you can do it, feel free to do it. It just won't have that surprise. I'd rather tell people now after
sure.
a thing like this.
Yeah.
So.
And then lastly, not really related to the game, but if you want to get together between next session, and experiment with top-down views with my camera, and I got that grid paper or whatever, and again, like you said, just to represent where we are, so we have an idea of what to do.
I still don't mind making the maps, but it might be better to give you those than me try to pull it up like I did this time.
Yeah, and if my system doesn't help at all, then I'm
going to upgrade. Like I'm not going to keep this forever like this. Like I wanted to see what kind of interest there'd be to do this, and obviously there's some interest because we got 11 people watching, and you guys are all still here playing. And everybody's excited about the new game and all that.
Who just said it would be?
We're getting 85 to 90 watches on review. So
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sith, you weren't in here earlier. We talked about it, but yeah, like the last week's episode got like 80 plus views within 24 hours, and it's over 90 now.
Sean's not wrong. I should have come out as Slave Leia.
Yeah. So anyway, final word on that. What'd you think of the mapping and stuff?
Bravo. Well done.
It's something to keep going with. Like you guys aren't opposed to me doing more like that.
And we couldn't see it unless Beats was at a terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So that made, so it wasn't a gimme.
Oh. Yeah. Like I said, it's not something that's gonna every place you go to isn't going to, because the only restriction I have with that, if you guys were with me, I would all day long draw on this. But I don't know a way to feasibly do that in real time. So I can pre-plan mini dungeons like that. That's not a problem. I made that at work on my phone in like 40 minutes. I did. I made those 3 maps at work. Like between like my job.
I don't know if a long time ago I had experience on Roll20.net.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be helpful? Would that environment like that be helpful to you?
I've thought about it.
Share your screen.
I don't know how we would coordinate that with StreamYard.
I've heard good things about Roll20.
It can be shared.
I played on there a few times.
You would just share your screen, and
we'll go ahead and experiment with that. Like Phil, like you were saying, we might just play around. We might have a day where we're just shooting the shit, and because I wanted to do a Q&A day too, anyway, before the session 0. So we might make that all in one.
With like a day or two's notice, I can do that anytime.
Yeah. Cool. I appreciate that offer because that's something I'm interested in expanding on. So let's move over to Wesley, though. Wesley, what did you think of joining in? I know you're a little nervous at the beginning, but that's all good.
I thought it was great. I like the more role-play centric session because that's one of the parts that I really like about D&D is the role-playing and playing a different character. So that was fun.
And I don't know, obviously we decided your demise beforehand, but did you still feel like we had some fluidity in there? Or was it a little too rigid? What did you think?
I thought it was good with giving the information to the others and planning everything out.
Yeah. He came up with his own droid name. He came up with all that. I told him to come up with what kind of droid. Basically, I just threw some data at him to be able to give to you guys, and then not let him go and let him play it as he wanted to. But any questions for Wesley? Does anybody in the Panel have a question for him?
Can you tell me how do you depreciate non-taxable items brought forth from the previous tax year?
I thought you would have figured this out already.
All right. That's a little Steve Martin line, by the way. I would just like to say, in general, I think it was really cool, whether by accident or specific intent, how you were able to bring in different people on a lot of the episodes. Like Caroline, I know we plan on bringing her back, but so far she's guested. Wes is a guest. We talk about like is it Roger maybe coming on as a guest?
Yeah.
Always having a space open, or frequently having a space open to bring in a rotating cast is kind of fun, I think.
Yeah. So our main group, minus Wesley plus Caroline, is here. That is going to be the D&D group. People like Wesley, people like Sean Miller, who's in the chat here, people like Allstrains actually pops in and out. There he goes. People like Roger, even Al. Those are people that like, hey, you want to do a one-off? I'll bring you in. We'll have a character. You'll do something with the party, whether it's a pre-planned meeting or whether it's like organic. We'll do.
Sean's going to be joining our session with Joey and Kid, so that's going to be fun.
I hope Sean is a good dude, and Sean knows D&D very well, and I do look forward to having him on this channel, and I think he'd be great in your guys' party.
I was going to say, I don't know. Do we want to give Wesley a chance to talk about what he's going to be doing with his little group?
That was what I was going to pass on to next before we went on. Was I wanted to see what he had envisioned about this, because I know that he's the one who's expressed the most interest about doing a show. What are you kind of feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm going to be DMing, but I'm going to be running a small module to start everything out, just get into the groove of it, and then wherever it goes from there.
Is it 5th edition?
Yep.
He's going to be running a module I've actually played in. Not one that I've ran, but one I've actually played in. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, and then hopefully in the long run, there will be crossovers between the two games that are going on.
Oh, definitely.
When are you guys looking at maybe kicking this off?
I'm not sure. We just started talking about it today, so we're have to figure out when going to make characters and then find a time when we can all play.
Sean's got his. Sean's ready.
His, yesterday, the day before?
Yep.
Yeah, Sean's got it down. He knows what he's doing with that stuff. Well, as far as timing goes, like I said, next week we're going to do a session 0. Might go a little bit beyond that, but it'll be at least 2 weeks from today before we have a full-on, everybody's in, going full steam. So that gives you a couple weeks to at least kind of pull it together. That way, if you're going kind of concurrent with us. And I don't want to do any crossovers too soon because I want us to be able to develop games their own parties.
Yeah, get the basis of both groups first.
But I can definitely foresee 6-7 sessions down the road doing a major event. So
crossover of the century.
The Infinity War of D&D.
Well, once you get more comfortable DMing and you establish your own group, I'm going to show you some crazy shit that I've never tried that I'm aware of that you can do. And the story I told about the head of Vecna, it's more along that vein, but that's just so
awesome.
Cool, man. Well, I do appreciate having you on here, and Beats was a cool concept, actually. I mean, I just threw a robot idea at you and said, hey, you got data, and you came up with the rest of that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, J Spark. What do you think of this very different session from last time?
Let's say I think the whole group's gonna get Beats tattoos, except for Blackpool because he never met Beats.
I saw your jaw drop whenever he died. You weren't expecting it.
We were all greatly affected by the death of Beats.
Yeah, because like he participated, he did a lot for you guys in there, and then didn't quite make it out.
Yeah. So no, I enjoyed this. It was different. I liked the maps, and we were in a confined kind of space, so you weren't like, here's the whole city, like you guys are here and these people are here. But I think if you had tried to describe like that verbally, it would have been harder to visualize. So in that situation, that was a great use of the maps.
I want to address Sean Miller's question before I continue on with you. That would be ideal. Actually,
Yeah.
I would watch every if I wasn't able to watch live, of course, I would watch every rewind that he would do, and I know he would do the same for mine. But we would do a crossover event that would probably be on both sessions. Maybe I don't know. Well, we'll determine how a crossover goes once we get everybody's groups.
Yeah, we'll
set.
figure it out once we get there.
Yeah. So okay, so Sparks with that right there. Yeah, so you're feeling the idea of the occasional map for specific places like that, and
Yeah, I think that, especially when it was like, okay, we need to know where, how many guards there are, and that kind of information is going to come up.
see
And like all that kind of stuff.
if I was playing with you guys in person, here's how each scenario would have because I do those kind of maps. I don't do them for the open world. Like if you're moving and I'm not going to drop a map
Right.
every freaking square mile of road you travel on. Like,
Exactly.
But the spaceport you guys were first at, that would have been drawn on this map here. That would have been drawn. The space station that Al ran would have been drawn. Caroline's home, the abandoned factory, and then the ship out in the woods would have been drawn. The asteroid with the pirate ship next to the crash ship, that would have been drawn. So that's kind of how that works. But beyond that, it's really the theater of the mind, And if you go into a random tavern, I'm not going to draw a whole freaking tavern unless something serious goes down. Like, there was a tavern in one game that I DM'd where the first and the last time they went to the tavern, I drew it, but all the other times in between I didn't because there was no major event. They were chatting with people, but that was it. The other events where tables were getting flipped and cinematic things were happening, yeah, I drew that out. But I'm not going to draw it every time you decide to go in there and order a drink.
I need a new tavern map every time. Taverns have to look different. Gotta have different layouts.
If Roger ever decides to actually do a one-off with us, I'll draw a tavern for him.
His
I'll
tavern.
do it in real time.
Perfect.
I'll let him
Make
decide.
sure they have pastel Easter cups for him.
Can the name of the tavern be the Highlight?
Yeah, I would
I
like
like
call
that
it
guy.
Freeman in a basement.
Highlight thou person.
Or just call it Levex.
Showcase that.
Levesque's.
Levesque's. Oh man. Cool.
Blessed.
I'll be interested to hear Caroline's thoughts on this also. We're gonna get back to Blackpool. He said some things at the beginning, but do you have anything to add to what do you think about how this went?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. It didn't necessarily have to be me participating, as a main. It's like when I watch Star Wars Rebels and, Sabine and Ezra go off and do something and Hera stays back at the camp.
Sure.
But it's still playing out. I think I got to really understand Lewis's perspective because he's always sculpting something while he's on a stream. And now I've determined that I'm going to always be opening packs because I never have enough time to do it.
That's cool.
And so now, like, I can just organize my sports cards while I'm listening to you guys or participating. So in a way, kind of being a third person in this session kind of provided me a new way to kind of combine my hobbies in time.
That's
So
great.
that was
I have no problem with that. As long as you can stay with the group and understand what's going on, I have no problem with I'm not one of those
So if
DJs.
Seth is muted and we see him freak out, we know he drew something good.
Right. Yeah, I might have to mute
moment.
myself and exactly.
Whenever people
At least you're not like
No, that's why I was muted. Yeah.
Yeah, like when people are texting at the table, I have a problem with that. But I don't have a problem with somebody like getting a task accomplished. Like as long as they're still with the game and they don't have to be like brought back in every 5 minutes, like then that's totally cool with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be funny to see if it ever happens with you and Roger because you guys are like opposite personalities. And
No Roger's personality. I chatted with him one time in a chat, and I forget what it was about. We were actually talking about something we both liked.
your campaign will be more. It'll be less structured that time. It'll be more spine ticks because there'll be a lot of interrupting and sidebars and commentary. It should be pretty funny.
Well, that's why the idea I have is suited specifically for that situation. And it would be like this one we just did, where it's very different from everything else.
It'll be out of turn though, right? Like he'll just be like, Sparks, what the hell? It won't be during his turn, but it'll be entertaining for everyone to watch, I'm sure.
Yeah. I hope it happens. I don't want it to happen in the first 5 sessions, but
I think it was great to have Wesley. In fact, Wes is someone I would want to play with all the time.
Yeah.
Because I can tell he's really passionate about the game.
Yes.
I love Kid and Joey. I think it's going to be interesting to see Wes actually try and corral them to focus and play. So it might be him and Sean starting a group. Maybe Chinmo will join or something.
I definitely want to play with Wesley more, and he's welcome to guest back here, and I would hope I could get guests in his games. But I'm more interested in Wesley becoming a DM because obviously I'm a DM, and he's the only one in this whole group I've seen express that interest.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the idea of, kind of passing the torch and letting him learn the things I've learned. Because I probably have, if I were to wager a guess, I've probably got 250 to 300 hours of DMing at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time it's difficult finding a DM. You know what I mean? Finding someone who wants to DM.
Exactly. So I would hope, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn, but I would hope that this is evident that I'm doing stuff right, that people are flocking to this, that people are wanting to play with me. And it's happened in real life like that too. Like when I formed my local group of strangers, I didn't know how it was going to go. At that point, I was still relatively new DM. I probably only DM'd maybe 50 hours by the time I formed that group. And that went off really well. The fact that everybody came back week after week after week after week for months, that was a big confidence boost. And I think I DM'd better because of that.
Wes, so Wes, Sparks, and we understand this aspect is that because we run shows that are supported by other shows, above all else, we have to it's not a chore. We want to, but we need to support other channels and not conflict with their times. That's why we kick off After 3 Men, because they've done so much for Spine Ticks that I would never, overrun their time to do something else. So I guess it would be interesting, Wes, to figure out when you guys plan to do that. And also if you are short of players or something in the beginning, I certainly wouldn't mind guesting on there to help you, just fill out the party.
Yeah. We'll probably end up doing like Tuesday or Thursday, I was thinking, because only Lords of the Longbox are on at those days. So
yeah, Lords, although Thoro's doing like Thursday nights, right. And Warriors I think are Tuesday. They're Mondays. There's sometimes different days. I figure like if you're doing if you're doing bonus shows, like you're doing 3, 4, 5 shows, then everyone it's a free for all. But the main show,
don't overlap somebody's main show.
No.
Exactly.
I don't even really have a connection to the 3 Men guy. I only catered to that out of respect for all they've done for Spine Ticks and Sith, and that has translated over to me meeting all of you guys and having this show. So that's my only real connection to that. But like he's saying, the tertiary shows, like if I run a second campaign, which I assure you I'm not going to do that anytime soon. Like if I run a second campaign, then it's not going to be over top of Power Pack. It's not going to be over top of FOC. It's not going to be over it's not going to be over top of Filcha. It's going to be my own thing. It'll be because me and Johnny and Hyper are talking about doing a wrestling one shot. That'll be either we'll take a break from this show one night and we'll just do it with those guys, or it'll be early on in the week when those guys can do it later in the evening.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So Wes, it sounds like you got Sean. I would be surprised if you can corral Kid and Joey. Love my nephews, but
he's really into it. It seems so.
Maybe Chinmo and Copy. I see them in here quite a bit.
Yeah. And Chinmo knows a lot about D&D. And also, there's someone the other day too that I don't know very well that was Something Long.
Yeah. Oh, I asked Something Long today on Instagram. I said, "When are you going to play?" And he said, "Too old and something else."
Or whatever.
But I told him he's eating his egg rolls. But it would be great to have him. Him involved too.
Like I said, I've already talked with Wesley a lot. We've talked and about this, and I want you to know, I'll say this to your face, not just to a text. Anything that you want help with that aspect of it, don't be afraid to ask. And I definitely interested in helping you become a DM, like a
Awesome.
full, like long-term running DM. And as far as he was talking about his comfort level. Every DM has their comfort level of who they're willing to run, and my maximum is definitely 6. Like with an occasional bonus guest, I don't mind that, but anytime I've ran a game with more than 6 has not went well. So I know that 6 is the limit. 5 is ideal, but 6 is the limit, right?
Herding cats, man.
In that regard, even though Sith was, counting cards or whatever.
Well,
But,
see,
it still worked out.
this is like a mirror like Spine Ticks, right? There's a core group, and then there's guests that mix
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love having guests. I want to. That's another reason why I don't want to add another permanent person, because then I wouldn't be able to do guests. But Wesley, he expressed to me earlier that 5 is his cap that he's comfortable with at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's understandable. They're D&Ds or D&D masters that their cap is 3. I mean, that's and then there's other ones I've seen that are just ludicrous, and they want to do like 10 or 12. I would never play. Look at Nola. Look at Nola over there. Look at Nola. Yeah, he's
Dude, look, there's a law of diminishing returns when it comes to how many characters you're playing with.
it
When
is.
you start playing with anything, like you said, 5 is probably a great number to stop at.
It is
6 will be a bit of a push. But you start trying to corral and herd cats and make sure everyone's doing –
Yep.
it's just too much.
3 to 5 is that sweet spot. 6 is doable, and if it's a good group, 6 is more than doable. And you could still have that guesting coming in and stuff from time to time. We're not talking about doing it every session like that. I'm not going to have a guest every session like I've been doing with this, but every third, something like that. But if you've got 6 solid play, and I understand people are going to float out too, and that's the beauty of it. I built my campaign, this world that I've ran before. Nola knows quite a bit about it at this point. It is designed for people who cannot make it all the time. There's going to be times Sith is going to want to watch playoffs. Totally fine. It will fit this story. There's going to be times that Lewis's wife says, enough of this shit. All right. And there's going to be times that Caroline has to work the following morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. So that's fine. And honestly,
Phil and I will always be on.
you guys, Noah, that's if you guys are my 3 core, and I can just mostly count on Sith and Lewis, and then Caroline from time to time, and some guests. That's awesome. And actually, I kind of like the idea of once in a while having people just not be there. Not that I don't want them there, but because I could try something different with a smaller group. If that makes sense. I mean, it'll make more sense when you see what I'm doing with this. Nola, you know what I'm talking about. Like it would work. Like having an NPC do something with 3 of you instead of all 6 of you, or something like that. So it'd be interesting to see all the different possibilities. This is something I'm planning on running for a very long time.
Well, it's also going to be neat in the aspect that it's more real than. I mean, when's the last time you and the same 6 people always did everything together? That was,
Yeah.
Sometimes the groups break up. Sometimes you got one person off doing their thing.
Yeah,
but it'll be a very kind of real scenario where people are just sometimes there, sometimes they're not.
Yeah, and see, with the Star Wars thing, I've dedicated less than 2.5 hours a week to organizing things. That is a small fraction of what I've got going on for this D&D thing. Like when what I have put into that campaign, and this is great that I'm not starting from scratch on it either. It's a very well play tested scenario. I basically will be putting a part-time job into making it happen, but the payoff will be worth it.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it's at there. So if you guys like what you've seen, I would say it's in the same vein as that, but not as. Does everybody here know what railroading is? Do you know? Nola, I know you know what it is. Do you guys shake your heads if you know what railroading is, or shake it?
Yeah.
Don't know. Sith, do you know what railroading is?
Yeah, man. I mean, you're just basically putting the characters in an impossible situation and just kind of ramrodding the situation.
Yeah. So railroading is unavoidable. It should be in the D&D book, actually. I think actually it actually is written in there that it is unavoidable to do some level of railroading. You would not have a campaign if you didn't do some. What I'm doing with the Star Wars one is I am railroading it to a much higher degree than I would be in a D&D game. But I'm doing it where each session, we've done 5, each session is like a different station on that railroad. So you're not being rushed to the end of anything. You're not being completely droned. You're not Phil's character before he got the device taken off, and your every move is, but there are certain aspects that you have to operate within in order for us to have a session like we've been doing, if that all makes sense. But
we got Hyper Combo stopping by too. So hey, what's
Hyper
up?
is my dude, and I the more I get to know the guy, the more I like him. We were talking about Mortal Kombat for a split second this morning, and
Morpheus.
I don't know Morpheus. I just saw that guy show up on Fintix once.
Hyper Morpheus.
I think it's wrapping up at a good time because I'm kind of burnt on Star Wars in all aspects. And I mean, this is good. It's not the current Star Wars. This is the Star Wars that we all liked in previous times. Classic Star Wars. But between the comics pumps, the decisions that Disney's making that are kind of interesting, the different kind of vibe that comics are taking. I am the Star Wars guy, but I've got Star Wars fatigue. So
there's nothing saying we can't come back to this. There's nothing, right. and with a more robust system, because now all of you guys look at that. Look at the varying levels.
That is a very close up.
Since you grew up with the game, Ola, you probably have the most recent experience. It's been a long time for you, Shadow. Sparks do nothing. Phil, you haven't played how long?
20 years.
So look at the varying levels of everybody. But this my little system allowed you guys to get the gist of it. We could come back into a full-on Star Wars game and have it be that robust, non-railroaded experience like we're going to do with D&D.
So of everyone here right now, I am the only one prior to the Star Wars RPG that had not played.
Yes. And then, and Al and Caroline had never either.
Yeah. And then Imperial Fat Guy, who we had at the beginning, hadn't played.
But look how quickly you got up to speed. And I try to get people to, in person. I've done this where I literally have gotten my dice and I just did a quick scenario with someone, play it that way before teaching them the rules and a character sheet and stuff. Yeah. That character sheet shit is going to turn somebody off if that's their first experience.
Yeah. All the math and stuff will.
Exactly. But there's a scenario I used to run people through with D&D where I would say, okay, here's the deal. You're walking down a road and you've got a sword, all right? And a skeleton pops out of the bushes with a steel spear. What do you want to do? And they'll say, roll. And I do the decision die like you guys have been doing, best of 20, and that would teach them the basic concept of how this works. I'd rather do that skeleton scenario than say, all right, get your 3 columns going. This is a standard array of numbers. I'm going to have you roll 2 columns. People don't want to play that shit, But you do want to do it once you understand how the game works. You're all about the stats whenever you understand why. So,
I think we came up with a pretty good process doing Shadow and Sith too. I think that was a pretty good, quick get through without too much math.
Yeah, I mean the way that you developed the system was great because it really eased us into character creation. I know if I tried to do that by myself without the way that you went about it, it would have been painful and slow.
Dude, I'm a DM, and I wouldn't have been much further ahead than you. That's not my hemisphere.
I mean, when I was in the thick of it, for 4th edition, I was making characters left and right. There were online resources, but it's been, 4 years since I was in that mode. I was telling Lady Sith the other day when I moved to downtown LA and I was in college and I was sequestered from all my friends and there was no internet back then and stuff. I would sit in my room and make characters and roll dice and have battles by myself. And then I just looked outside of myself, sitting in a room, rolling dice for 3 hours by myself and thinking, what's become of your life? And then I was like, whoa, I need to take a pause on playing this game.
So of those of you who have played before, how many of you have actually had a real session 0?
define that.
A session that takes place before the game starts that sets expectations both on the players and on the DM.
Yeah, I don't think I ever have.
Before,
You didn't have good DMs. No, I'm telling you. A good DM will have a session 0, and that's what we're going to do. And you'll appreciate it when we get done with it.
I guess as close as I would have ever come would just be rolling the characters together.
Yeah.
You know,
Usually a session 0 involves that too, but we kind of did that separate because we're all on kind of our own time frames.
Sure.
So that made sense for us to do it that way. But like I said, next week is great because we can wrap up Star Wars. That can be 30 minutes to an hour of doing that. But then we can fade into a session 0, and then that can just go as long as it needs to go. If Caroline's with us, we might get into the world. So,
Nice.
So with that said, I am going to drop us from being live, and we can chat more backstage. But I want to shout out to the people who are still with us. Sean Miller is always a bro. Hyper, thank you for coming in. I know you don't get it, and you want to do the banter. You like the banter, but we're going to do this wrestling thing, and you're going to understand what it is we're actually doing here, and the wrestling one will be super fun. And who else we got? Lady Seth Lordley, I'm sure, is still hanging around, as she always is.
Hyper, Sean. Oh, Wesley's in there. Hi, Wes.
Wesley's in there.
There's
definitely other people watching. There's 11 live. I don't know who. Does anybody?
Chinmo's still there.
Oh, Chinmo. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you too for coming. I think you've been to every one of them. So for those of you who watch the rewind, thank you very much. Make sure to check out Spine Ticks tomorrow night. If you don't know what Spine Ticks is, what the hell have you been doing? All right, Spine Ticks is a show.
For sure they do. Yeah.
People who share a common love of comics get together and talk shit. All right, and it's great. So Spine Ticks tomorrow night, FOC, and Comics Talk Weekly on Sunday. Power Pack after that. Lewis is all over the place. What was the podcast you were on last night?
I was in Lost in Comics.
Oh,
yeah.
Lost in Comics. I
People who were
I want to. I'm going
Did you get lost in those comics?
I did. No, they're cool dudes. They're down in Texas. I told them to check you guys out.
Can I ask, every time you do one of those, does your IG get swamped with new requests for?
I try to work my thing a little bit.
Oh yeah, oh darn right.
If I'm lucky, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
If not, we've gotten to the point. Hey, if not, we've gotten to the point where he just starts sending me shit. So.
It's true. I'm just gonna AOK you stuff from this point on.
Our figures, yeah. Don't forget PSA Tendencies, the new show, 3rd episode this week, Wednesday, 7:00. Or are we gonna go early?
Yeah, every other week it's to accommodate pressable defects. So it'll be 7:00 Eastern this week, and then it'll be 6 the following because they start at 8:00 Eastern. We don't want to overrun their schedule, so
go there for a lighthearted look at trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely turned me on to them more. All right.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
Yep. Everybody, y'all have a good night, and may the force be with you.
See ya.